the truth. Man, half these country rappers so damn fake. It's like watching CNN. I had one of them the other day ask me this, saying, where the woods at? I ain't never really been into the woods yet. I just wanna be accepted by the woods, Jack. I know I'm whack, but please can I country rap? Where the woods at? I ain't never really been into the woods yet. I just wanna be accepted by the woods, Jack. I know I'm whack, but please can I country rap? Hell no, say the answers. I'ma start this bitch off with truth real quick. Just because you chew don't mean you spit. And just because you cling don't mean you rap. Still the main event, come and take these straps. Let me break it down to them boys in the game now. You don't own a snatch rope, how we gonna hang out? How you gonna pose for your next cool picture? Holding on some liquor, finger on the trigger? We help start this bitch and won't stop. Y'all ain't gonna ruin this bitch on my clock. Word around town now is all this beef with all these sheets, but all y'all beefs are too weak. That ain't what we built, that ain't what we started. You're looking for a deal, but most of y'all are garbage. Wait here, verse 2, probably gonna hurt you. Bottleneck, break it down and tell them what they can't do. Where the woods at? I ain't never really been into the woods yet. I just wanna be accepted by the woods, Jack. I know I'm whack, but please can I country rap? Where the woods at? I ain't never really been into the woods yet. I just wanna be accepted by the woods, Jack. I know I'm whack, but please can I country rap? No. I'm straight from the woods, so stay in my lane. Got proof on my wall, I'm true with my aim. Never get caught in the brines with a hog tusk. Cracker so clean, move through the woods flawless. Lawless, bitch, careful what you call us. And remember who you fucking with, some real country bosses. I give no plugs to these country rap scrubs. Bunch of one-way bitches, they show no love. And I spit slugs, been on to let them fly. I still rap my flag, I still fly it high. And I don't give a fuck, bitch, that's me. Red on my neck and my heart to my feet. These fake ass bitches bout to make me snap. Don't make me slap the crease out your cowboy hat. And when I come through, have respect for me, son. I've been here from the start, ain't changed from day one. Where the woods at? I ain't never really been into the woods yet. I just wanna be accepted by the woods, Jack. I know I'm whack, but please can I country rap? Where the woods at? I ain't never really been into the woods yet. I just wanna be accepted by the woods, Jack. I know I'm whack, but please can I country rap? Jeff, what they doing, man? There was only like 5 of us when this thing started. Now everybody done started this shit. There's like 60 million country rappers. Yes, sir. Where the woods at? I ain't never really been into the woods yet. I just want to be accepted by the woods, Jack.
What it do? What up, everybody? It's TripleT. I'm back again with a very special live stream. We got 2 special guests coming up on the panel tonight. Some pioneers of the country rap game, the OGs of OGs, the ones who started it all when it comes to mud parks and country rap. So, y'all know the deal. Sit back, relax, strap your boots on, and enjoy the ride. And if you have any driver, leave it at the front door. Don't bring it into the chat. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the 2 legends of the country rap game, like I said, who started it all at the mud parks, the one and only Mr. Brahma Bull, Moccasin Creek, and Bottleneck. What up, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah. What's happening, T?
How you doing?
Oh, same old. You make sure you do say we didn't create the thing. We did create the bringing music to the mud ball. Let's just make sure we're there because we don't want to start off with the
Oh shit.
No, that's what I said. I said you're all the pioneers who brought country rap to the mud parks.
Yeah, man. It was now we talked about it before, dude. It was wild. It was St. Augustine's the first time we as I said, man, we both grew up hip hop heads and we just rapped about country shit. We knew we'd always heard about them slinging CDs and tapes out of trunks of trucks and all this, that, and the other. And it was like, we can't do that in the streets. So we just went and started slinging at the four-wheelers and ATVs. It was wild.
I looked at Jeff, I said, they might be something to this.
Yeah. It was crazy, man. It was
Well,
crazy.
how did you all first meet?
MySpace.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, the
MySpace.
MySpace days. And the first time I met him at a McDonald's in Gainesville. He was driving a 1991 green Ford Tempo with a breathalyzer blower in it. And I knew this was my dog. I said,
Hey.
he said, this is the car I drive when I'm drinking.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, that's real
That is a
shit.
true story.
It's true shit. Yeah, that was Vernon Maxwell, the basketball player, Mad Max. It was at his McDonald's in Gainesville. That's the first time we ever met. We had talked on MySpace for a long time, and back then it was you know, you had your little top friends, this, that, and the other. You could have music playing, and man, I know one of us shot a message. I'd heard his Simple Man remake,
Mm-hmm.
and I had another partner that started though. Why he got in some trouble and went off. Like went off, you know, for
Right.
on state's paid vacation for a while. I mean, I was like, man, we both fit the mold. Let's just do it together. And we went to the studio. We didn't have a clue about nothing. I just found all the old footage from the first day we was ever in the studio together. It's wild.
Crazy.
So we started putting that shit out. But yeah, we had the same vision, man. And I think I talked about it before. It was one of the things where I was lucky in the sense that I wasn't married. I didn't have no kids. I had, you know, I could go do. It was such a leap to take a chance. Jack was working a job still, supporting a family and young kids, with one on the way at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't go out and tour, you know. So it was like, man, we were just in different parts of life. So
Right.
it was funny because Double Wide, we put out we never put out a project. We had like 3 or 4 mixtapes and shit.
Yep.
Sticks tapes, I guess you would call them, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so we never had a music video. We did a bunch of Mudbog shows and shit. And then it was like, man, I can't really tour until I know I'm making some music money. And I'm like, well, I got to because I'd already quit all my jobs, filed bankruptcy, did the whole thing. I was like, whatever. So, but we had always stayed in contact, always did songs together and all that shit. We just never really toured. And we're like, man, with all this craziness going on, let's bring the fun back to it. You know what I mean? And
Heck
that's
yeah.
what we're gonna try to do. And the show's gonna be super, super fun. You know what I mean? So,
Well, let me just say this: Bottleneck, it's an honor and a privilege to have you on my channel. I greatly appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule to do this. You've been
bitch
in the
ain't busy.
I
yeah,
appreciate
yes.
it. I appreciate that, man. Much respect to you, bro.
I appreciate that. You've been in this game for a while.
I have.
What was it like when you all first started performing at the mud parks?
Clusterfuck.
It was all I can say is you know, it's easy for people to get in because they got so many tools now to just jump in the game, you know. Back
Right.
then it wasn't so easy, you know. And it was a struggle, but we were too stupid to stop, I guess what you could say. And
That's right.
and we wanted to make something for us, you know, something for our people. And I knew we had something when I went out there to the mud bog and we sold out of CDs in like 30 minutes. And then we come around the corners and people are bumping our stuff and you got people dancing to the songs. And
This is crazy.
I said, okay. The next time we came out, we had more CDs.
Yeah, that was it.
You know, and the second time we sold some money in to get our CD done and all, and we started that. But the beginning was it was like jumping in a pond that you don't know if a gator's in that some bitch or not. You know what I'm saying?
Because listen,
Right.
like people don't realize, like he said, man, there was a select group that was like digging the shit because they were kind of our age, grew up the same way we did on the same music. But then when we started convincing Mudbogs to allow us to play, bro, you know, you got that group that accepted it, and then you got another 200-300 people behind them. We're ducking bottles. We got pipe bombs thrown at us. Like people didn't know what this shit was. They hated it.
It wasn't accepted.
Bro,
Like,
we had to fight our way out of places.
Yeah.
This notion, Valdosta, Georgia, one night, man, we had to
Statesboro.
Statesboro. We had to knife up some people just to get out the club. Like, what is this
Really?
bullshit? Oh yeah, man. It was. People don't understand. Like,
It wasn't so easy because, like I say, today you could just jump in, throw a cowboy hat on, throw some rhymes down, get on TikTok. Back then, it wasn't like that. Um,
Right.
you know, I mean, it was a struggle, man, because there was no money in it whatsoever.
and it was so new. Nobody knew what they were.
It was so new because, yeah, I mean, it was like, it was so, but I knew there was something there, you know what I mean? And,
Right.
and we all, I think the 10 of us back then that was doing it or really started or kind of blew up around the same time, the names that everybody knows that blew up around the same time. I think we all had a
similar
think,
idea.
yeah, similar idea or similar vision of what it could be. And, you know, today, you know, I don't listen to a bunch of it today, but I understand that the music evolves, and in the last 15 years or 10 years, it evolved into a whole nother thing. And hey, you know, me and Jeff and
we've had this conversation so many times. Jack can tell you, like, when I took them 2 or 3 years off, it was because like we were just so confused. It wasn't like, again, it wasn't nobody. We weren't bad at anybody. It wasn't like, it was just like, man, what's going on? This ain't what we started. And then when you sit back and look, and I've made this comment thousands of times, we grew up on storytelling hip hop. Then it became rap. Then it became gangster rap. Then it became club music. And then we're like, oh shit, it's just evolving. But you know, and you can't stop that, especially if you want younger people to come up. So, but yeah, man. No, like at the beginning, man, this ain't no shit, T. We was playing in Polk County at Triple Canopy Branch. That motherfucker set the whole park on fire.
set the park on fire.
Said, get these dudes out of here. Like, what is this wigger shit? This is what we heard all the time. All
Right.
the time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, bro, the whole front row up here is having fun. We're our age and they understood that. Oh shit, party like a rock star. And at the time we were doing a lot of parody cup because that's all we knew. Party like some country
Yeah.
boy. And they dug it. But the old folks that were there, they still didn't accept it. It was a real racial thing, man. And we was, dog, when I say we had to fight our way out, we literally had to physically fight our way out of places.
Hey, T, I'll tell you this. We opened up for George Thorogood at the Buffalo Chip in Sturgis. Hey, we go up there, right?
30
and you know, it's in Poison or somebody's on before us over here on the other stage, and then we go on before Thorogood. Now this is a couple years into it, but it was still fairly new, and you know, in the biker community were older back then. They didn't have no clue what the hell. And we're up there scared to death.
You couldn't get a Greek BB. You couldn't get a Greek BB up either one of our assholes. That bitch was this tight, son.
But by the that we got up there and no band. We did it with a DJ. We're all up there looking, you know, oh shit. So about the fourth song, I start seeing heads go.
They started getting it.
I said, okay.
And then we went into our, you know, we got a lot of pro-military stuff, obviously. And as soon as we hit them with middle finger for the Middle East,
oh yeah,
bike started revving.
Because
I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're at the Buffalo Chip main stage and there's 30,000 people sitting on their Harleys, and you can literally holler to the vendor at the very back and say, "Hey man, I need water up here," and they can hear you because there ain't nobody else out there making. It was crazy. But the funniest thing about that whole story, we got our green room. We're back there. We do sound check, and we're sitting in the back, and we had heard, hey, when George Thorogood gets backstage, you know, bad to the bone. He's just a bad dude. Like, don't nobody talk to him. He's real to himself. This, that, and other. Blah blah. Jack's just walking around. Some old dude walks up to him and says, what are you backstage for? Jack's like, man, we opening up for that old George Thorogood motherfucker. He's like, George Thorogood, nice to meet you. But it was so funny, dude. We didn't know who he was. In person, we didn't know who he was. Yeah. I mean, he was damn near 70 at the time.
No, he was 7. He told me. He
said, killed it too.
He told me
he killed it.
He was 72 at the time, and he told me. I said, "Well, we're getting this kind of late. You know, we're all ugly and fat." He said, "Son, He said, "Son, I've been eating off bad to the bone since I was 36 years old, and I'm 72." It was very cool.
He did. He said with his 5-piece and everybody up there, he said age-wise, he said between us, there's over 320 years of music on this stage. We're just sitting there like, we've been doing this shit for 18 months now. We was nervous. Like a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I didn't know what way to go, but dang, that shit was hilarious, bro.
At least he didn't hold a grudge against you.
What's that?
I said, at least he didn't hold a grudge against you for
No,
saying that.
he was actually cool, man. But but the thing about Sturgis, we went out there, we didn't get paid for nothing. We took 1,000 CDs and we played 15 shows in 6 days. T. We played at noon, we played at 3, and we played at 8. It was 147,000 degrees. Every time we get done, we didn't have money to eat, dog. Like we would go to people's camps that saw us play and they'd offer us food, and then we would, hey man, we sold all 1,000 burnt CDs in those 6 days, and that's how we got home. That's how we got started on the shit.
How much were you selling them for, if you don't mind me asking?
$5.
$5?
$5. Yep.
Yeah,
And a lot of people would, give you 10, keep the change, blah blah, because it was so veteran based too.
They felt bad for
They felt bad for us. What it was. They like, hey, both these boys gonna be in shape. They gotta walk their fat asses all the way back to Florida because they ain't got no money. But this is no shit, man. We the guy that I was talking to you about earlier, the military, our manager at the time, Steve, he rented an Airbnb and there's like 7 or 8 of us staying in this nice place, whatever. We legit them first 3-4 days, the only meals or anything that we had is what people would give us to us in the campground. I mean, we this is a chance we were taking. Nothing, we didn't have any clue. But once we sold all them CDs, we had some money and we had one night off and we're like, hey man, let's take the rental cars, let's go to the grocery store, let's cook us a nice meal and eat, right? And
I'll eat some vegetables.
I'll never forget this till the day I die. So we're riding to the store and everybody's like, hey, you cook this, I'll cook this, I'll cook this. And I said, we needed vegetables and like real food. We've been eating turkey legs and park food, right? So I'm like asking everybody, I'm like, hey, you good with asparagus? I wanted some asparagus. Like asparagus, Bottleneck's in the back just staring out the window because there's deer everywhere. And it's like deer to him's like us in a strip club. Like he's just look at you. I said, Jackie, are you good with asparagus? And that motherfucker turned around and said, what you talking about? Rich man's green beans? I'll never forget that shit as long as I live, bro. That shit was so fun. Oh shit. It was hilarious.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
I want to say thank you, hey to everybody, man, because without y'all, us and everybody else wouldn't be shit.
It wouldn't be nothing without all y'all.
That's right.
Man. Now we got it on the screen. Now I figured this out now how I can follow the chat. I'm getting there too with the technology shit.
All right. Rich man.
Yeah,
we're actually watching all
the comments. But yeah, that Sturgis trip really kind of helped set us into a direction of what we knew when we knew like and now you look at it, man, like I mean the Bandits are a mainstay out there. They play there every year and it's like I'm not saying we did create it, but it helped a lot in bringing something different.
And all the old guys, I'm sure they got similar stories of struggling and getting people's respect and getting the momentum together. I'm sure all of them got the same stories.
We were just talking, and I don't care on the statute of limitations, but it's not like we ain't no pieces of shit. But there were times where like that same night in Statesboro in Georgia, like we weren't getting, nobody was getting paid back then.
No.
We were working door deals, whatever we could do to get in,
Just get it heard, man.
Yeah, just get it heard. We're playing this club, and dude that owned it, he ended up not liking it. He's like, man, I hate this shit. I don't know why I let y'all in here, but we still brought in like 120 people. Regardless, we still need our door. Give us he ain't want to pay it, so they don't have a soundboard or any monitors anymore. That's a bitch we getting paid. Took all the shit and loaded it up. And the whole time we doing this, Michael Knight and Coolip's over there got a blade to the throat saying, yeah, it was real deal. Like this
Michael
shit,
Knight.
It's
I ain't heard that name in years.
Hey, listen,
you got to give him
Yeah,
his due.
you got to give him his credit, man.
he was a hustler. He was a hustler.
You got to give him his
Sure
due,
do.
man.
whether you like him or not, regardless of what he's
That's
been
right.
through and what he's done, he was as instrumental in creating this as
Anybody.
anybody else,
That
legitimately.
man literally
Yeah,
sold every CD out of a trunk.
he did. Hey, and people laugh and say it's ethical. I don't know the stories. I don't care. I'm not getting into it. All I can say is that
I ain't knocking the hustle
Nah,
at
I'm not
all
either.
all.
I can say is he lives waterfront in a very, very nice home in Florida and don't have no bills. So
That's
people
right.
can say whatever
Yeah,
they want to,
you got to respect the
But
hustle.
fact of the matter is, it had to start somewhere.
But everybody had their own path to. I mean, the older guys that paved the way for the newer guys or whatever, whoever, they had their own path to get where they're at. So you know,
Everybody's path was different, but
Yeah.
it was
and I'll tell you right now,
similar to
I
something.
know that first 2 years of our path was a tough ass path.
Both of us, yeah. If we didn't have ladies in our corner that had jobs and helping, we'd have both quit that shit. Well, I mean, early on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shit.
they don't get it like that. They tell the stories and shit. This motherfucker seen me eat corn dogs out of garbage cans at festivals. I'm like, oh shit, somebody only took one bite of it. Man, I'm gonna grab that because we couldn't eat,
That's
bro.
tough.
Like it was wild. Yeah.
That's a
I
struggle
mean,
right there.
it was, man. We would just whoever had the biggest vehicle. Hell, we went from Tennessee all the way to West Virginia, rode in the back of a damn horse trailer. That's some true
That's
story.
crazy.
Like, because we couldn't afford it, though. Like
Hey,
it was.
we used to string together whatever speakers we could find and do shows.
Oh yeah,
It would be so terrible, but it would be live, man, and that was the good thing about it.
It'd be 8 mismatched speakers,
And to see this,
corn everywhere.
and to see it coming together, man, and to be
It's cool.
around since it pretty much started. It's been a cool thing.
It took both of us a lot of growth to understand that because, like I said, it was about the same time frame for both of us when things started changing. We did it wasn't like I said, nobody was mad. We just didn't understand it. And then you look back, you're like, oh shit. Just like every bit of other music, you had Elvis type rock and roll, then you had heavy rock and roll, then you had grunge rock for a little bit, then you had the alt rock. Like everything progresses. And we're like, oh shit, that's what's happening here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's time for the young dudes to come through and they grew up different than us on different type of hip hop. So we can't look at it as a negative. You know what I
That
mean?
is true.
So it's cool. It's cool. But I will say this: to anybody that does shows with us this summer, you probably gonna want to open. You ain't gonna want to follow it because the shit's live. So the show's dope, dude.
The show is. I told Jeff. I said the only way I'm gonna do a show is if it's 100% live. And you know, in the past,
Live meaning hype. Like we're old school with
yeah,
lingo
yeah.
too.
Well, yeah. Old man lingo, whatever. But I said the only way I'll do it if it's a good show. We owe this to the people who pay good money to come in. We owe them a good show. We don't owe them a look jumping around and hearing a bunch of on the stage. We need a good show for the people who have supported this genre as long as they have.
And and there's a lot of them. What up, Pieheads? What up, Josh? What up, Julie? Everybody. Yeah, man, it's been epic. We've seen
Seen it all.
we've seen it all.
We've seen the good, the bad,
We've seen the bad. Jack seen me have to fight about 3 different husbands. I, and that one motherfucker was big as shit in St. Augustine.
I said, I got a brick in the back of the truck, Jeff. We good. Come on.
Yeah, we've been through a lot of shit, man. It was crazy. We just linked up, everything hit together. All work. We've been around each other for time. I mean, not to bring up crowd. I was with Jack when he found out about your grandpa. Like you've been with me when I found out some bad. Like we've been through a lot of shit personally too, and I think that helped with growing and understanding and learning just life in general. And then we both caught our breaks in different ways. And Now it's like again, it's weird, man, that I named that last album Full Circle because it's all circled right back to where it
Hmm.
began. You know what I'm saying? I think everything happens the way it's
Everything happens
supposed
for a
to
reason.
happen.
Yeah, that's for
Now if I can get his ass to do another project, we'll be all
Well,
right.
Bottleneck, let me ask you this question because I've asked Jeff this before.
Okay.
How do you feel about country rap where it is today and where it's going?
Well, you want me to be
Yeah.
honest? I ain't no fan of diss songs.
Mhm.
I believe if me and Jeff and Smo and uh, the Lax and all of us would have been doing diss songs on each other, these guys wouldn't be doing diss songs because there wouldn't be no genre. First of all,
Yeah, early on.
I don't know. I'm not a fan of some of the stuff, but I understand the evolution of music and where it's going and all that. Because I'm a music guy. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a singer.
That bitch is a rapper.
I'm not no rapper.
He can rap.
But anyway, I understand where it's going. So, I mean, do I want to be? Do I want to sit down and listen to 2 hours of new country rap? Maybe not. I'm just gonna be honest.
I mean, 'cause like that's what we talk about a lot. I mean, we're close to 50 years.
But I'm proud of where it's at, and I'm proud of where it's gonna go.
Right.
And I hope that everybody just continues to just move forward, man. Because all the I've heard about the drama. I don't get in no drama. I don't deal with no drama. If we got drama, we can deal with drama
Right.
my way. But I don't deal with drama, and I feel like that. Uh, all the drama is just unnecessary. That's how I feel.
Very well said.
It, it is, and that's where, and it's funny. Like we just talked about, like we had differences of opinions on things. I grew up when I left Florida. I spent so much time in the Midwest and up there to where I really got into the hip hop battle rap culture. So I understood the whole this thing as a sport
Right.
more than anything. If it's sport, it's cool, but when it gets personal, like some of the things that have been happening recently with personal shit.
Yeah. Hey, T, I'm old school, baby. You diss me, I'm coming to beat that
You're
ass.
knocking on somebody's door. I feel you.
I'm not
hey,
with the doors been knocked.
not really because not really because I'm a fan of
Yeah.
Hit 'Em Up by Tupac and them. And listen, I've listened to a few of these diss songs of these guys, and I was like, okay, I get it. But I feel like that,
I see where he's coming from too. Like early on, it
wouldn't be no genre.
Yeah, there wasn't enough people then, and if everybody were the fans that we had when there was 9 or 10 of us, if we'd all and a lot of us were beefing
Behind the scenes
big
for
time,
sure.
big time.
For sure.
And like we all, me and him
But you
butted
didn't
heads
do
for
it
2
publicly.
years.
You
We've
didn't do
all
it publicly.
right. And because we all also understood that at that time the fan base was so small, this was so new, it would have been just like, man, these dudes are clowns. And we already deal with that enough as a whole. A lot of people think this shit's clowns because they don't understand it.
Yeah.
So had there been the 8 or 10 or 12 of us that were doing it in like 09, 010 or 2010 area, if we were beefing and putting out diss songs then, there wouldn't have been a genre. I get it now because it's big enough and where it's gotten to. So it's a matter of opinion.
And my opinion don't mean nothing. And what I think about it, that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I'm I'm from the country, man, and I believe that maybe some stuff you just need to keep tight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, country. Hey, somebody asked. I just got to tell them. I got the Knicks in 5 anyway. Yeah, that's country as hell. But now we've seen it all grow, and a lot of people. I don't think I ever even talked about this. Like, I don't know if you remember on MTV, they had a reality show right after a Jersey Shore. It was called Party Down
Yep.
South. I don't know if you
Mhm.
remember that shit. I was casted
You
on
were?
that. Jackie did Jackie did a lot of the music for the show.
Really?
Moccasin Creek started to take off right then, and I declined the offer for the show, which was good because it only ran 2 seasons. and knowing me and knowing how I was at that time in my life, the party guy, this, that, and the other, it wouldn't have worked out. So yeah, I was casted on that, contracted and all, and that kind of kind of fucked me for a few more offers the next few years because I was under contract with all production out of anything Hollywood for like 18 months. But Jack did a ton of music for
The
that.
first show was in something. What was the first show?
I can't remember. We just watched. I just found I found an old hard drive right before Jack got here. It had, like I said,
The second show was Party Down South.
Yeah.
The first show was
Buck Wild.
Buck Wild.
Yeah.
Buck Wild.
And this might a lot of people don't know too. He was casted to go do that Redneck Island show.
Yeah.
And like we had to think, do we want to go out and put ourselves out there right now with this shit so new that could actually blow us up, but there's a much better chance it could damage us for life.
Right.
Yeah.
So both of us declined on all that, and luckily we did, and helping this thing progress to where it's at has been cool. But you know how I feel about it. I think he's the same way with like, it's just we're old. I mean, it's just there's no. I mean, we're a lot older than the new crowd, so our sound's going to be different, and you don't find like for instance, you go to a Skinner concert right now, you'll see a few youngins in there that are third generation just because their parents played it so much. But you can't go to a Skinner concert or an Alan Jackson concert and find many people under 40. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing as this. I try to say this all the time. When we all started this, it's been 15, 16 years now. We were in our early 30s, mid 30s. So you got to figure our fan base was early 30s to about 45, 50. Fast forward 16 years, you think we're going to go do clubs in 70 years? 70-year-olds are going to come out? No. That's, you know what I'm saying?
They might.
Yeah, a lot of them will, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's been a lot of time progress, and people thought this shit was going to fizzle out 6-7 months. Like, this is just a fad. This is a joke. We were probably on the same thing. Hey, man, let's get it while we can, because what's going to happen with this? And luckily, the right people came along, and it blew it up. And, that's why I always tip my hat to everybody that's got numbers that have done things and whatnot.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, anybody that's too stupid to stop and they got a vision and they're doing their thing, hey, I don't knock nobody, and I don't knock nobody for what they do. Hey, I feel you. I feel you. I feel the struggle, and if you're trying to get there, you will if you keep on. If you don't let nobody tell you not that you can't, because you know how many people told me stop. Y'all got to fix this. This is yeah.
You're embarrassing yourself.
Imagine if the Lax, Colt Ford, and all them people like that, and us would have
Derek,
stopped.
Georgia Boy.
Yeah. If they'd have just stopped.
Yeah. Because, I mean,
we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
It's no shit, bro. Like, from mud bogs to when we started getting into actual venues and shit, bro, you could go to a venue that had a built-in crowd on a Saturday night. There'd be 300 people there. Some places you rock that party all night long. Some places 3 songs in, there'd be 8 people still left in the bar. Everybody just, what is this? Nobody knew what it was. They didn't like it. They didn't accept it.
But to moving on what it is now, everybody in the,
that might be just because we suck too. So.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
But I hear all these new names, man, and I don't know much about these new guys. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, he don't do any internet, so that's
I surf a little bit or whatever, but I don't, I don't know, man. I get more excited about how many eggs I got today than what's on the fucking internet.
Is this true that this is like your first interview on YouTube?
Probably. That bitch don't do much, man.
Maybe my second.
Yeah.
Couple.
I think I had him do, like, way back in the day, some little spot interviews with like local newspapers and shit when they was covering mud balls. Like, what is?
I haven't did nothing on. No, I haven't did nothing on YouTube. The only thing I did was some lives before. But this is my only. Yeah.
Yeah. I told you when he
came.
I said I'll get him a little buzz and sit him down and make sure that he gets on there.
Hey, and T, this is just how I like
Heck yeah.
it.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, it is just some people still are old school, and I've gotten to the point too where I've really other than you and a couple things, man, I've really, and I think it's the age. I've just gotten to where I don't do much interneting because I know how it affects
Right.
me. Not in a mad way. I'll get hooked. I'm scrolling, and next thing I know, I'm on a rabbit hole, and I know how to fucking grow potatoes in a microwave after 2 hours. Like I'm that deep. I'm like I can't do that. So it's been a trip, bro. We've seen some shit though. I can tell you that.
Damn sure seen some shit.
That's a
So
fact,
let
Jack.
me ask you this, and this goes to both of you. If a young Jeff McCool and a young Bottleneck was standing in front of you today and was getting ready to start this journey down the country rap lane, what would you tell them to do to help progress their career, and what would you tell them not to do to not ruin their career?
First thing I would say is sell a whole bunch more weed so you can have more money to start with. Cause, cause, son, we was broke. We couldn't rub two pennies together, dog. It was bad. Um, Same shit Jack said, man. Just hey, if it's something you believe in, do it. For real. I think I would have told myself that, but I probably would have told myself he's been around. I'd have told myself, do it, but keep that shit out your nose. Like, I mean, I had a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't know what I'd have told myself other than just do it.
To be honest with you, I don't know what I would have told a younger me. Depends on. I don't know. I might have told him you need to get a fucking job. But
Jackie's younger self would have said, Jack, get your attorney on retainer right now. Keep him on retainer. Get a driver first off.
no, if I seen a younger me that was passionate, that really felt that he could do it, and he was actually making some way, I would say pursue it. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I mean, what? Who am I? Who am I to judge what? Because listen, you don't never judge another man's dreams because they might be way greater than yours.
That's a
You know,
fact.
Yeah, but see,
period.
They might be a nightmare to other
so
people.
there's a couple things I learned in life. I always thought growing up the goal was to become rich and famous. And then as I
Nah.
got older, I realized the goal in life is to become old. And the
Yeah.
reason is that the older you are, the more wisdom you have. More wisdom you have, more power you have. More power you have, more money you have.
The more money you had, the more problems you have.
You ain't wrong.
But that's why you got to have a good woman to control that for you.
Yeah. Hey man, you made me think about something, and Jack did too when we talk about the early stuff and how hard it was. Like, everybody has their own setup now. Like, we literally had to call and be like, "Hey man, you got how much you got? I got $80 I can spend this week. All right, cool. I got 100. That's 3 hours studio time. Like, you had to pay for studio time. Yet, and here's the thing,
We
man.
got 3 hours, and we had $100 to make the beat, make the hook,
And write the
and
song.
write the song,
But
and mix the song.
and here's the thing with that too. You know how disheartening it could have been, but we were having fun. Just man, we were having so much fun.
We did have fun.
Every studio we went into, producers are laughing at you.
Yeah,
Like,
we had
what the
fun.
fuck is this? What are you trying? You're trying to do what? Like, they didn't get it.
But they did after a certain amount of time in there. They said, "Okay,
shit.
okay."
And it started getting to the point where like
Yeah.
people are calling, "Hey man, can you come record at my place?"
Yeah.
People start wanting us to come record there.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to be on the. They saw it too. But yeah, that first year, bro, it was just nothing but pointing, laughing, giggling. And when I'm not playing, when we had a fucking pipe bomb thrown at us at Triple Canopy Ranch in Polk County. We're up there blew the whole
That's
stage
crazy.
up. Like, oh yeah.
And I'm talking about back then, them mud balls was wild.
It was wild back in the day.
I mean, Clay and Colt can tell you about what's that place in Georgia, East Coast Off Road?
West
Hortense. Remember Hortense? That fucking place was crazy.
I got a bad one there.
But you know, I mean, so you know, the mud bog thing it's been around for a minute. I mean, we've been out there and seen 10, 15,000.
Yeah.
And been out there and seen 50.
Yeah. we and that was the thing. I always try to make people understand this, that the Hogwaller mud bog, which was actually in my hometown. I mean, it had been around years and years. And mud bogging has been a culture for forever. You know, it just there was just no entertainment at the things. I mean, you know, we talked about getting there and starting entertainment, this, that, and the other. And but yeah, dude, it was there were times that he's not playing. Like, we've played in front of 12, 13, 14,000, 30,000 in Sturgis, and then I've turned around and I've played, this is no shit, I played a show in Valdosta, Georgia one night in a 300-seat room for the sound guy and a bartender.
So you're saying that when you played at Sturgis, there was 30,000 people there?
Yes.
Probably
how was that to be on stage and be in front of that many people?
I told you couldn't get a grease BB up our ass, dog. We was nervous as shit.
Oh,
it was crazy. Dude, you're talking about two dudes that had maybe 8 shows under our belt. We only had like 7 songs, and you're on this
How
stage,
did you get the gig then?
And you see yourself up.
How did you get booked there?
Our boy I was telling you about,
a favor.
It was
a
tied
favor.
in. It was a favor for about somebody owed him a favor, and him being who he was. This is what's crazy. This is who the favor was for. You remember that old came on after Dallas back in the day, Falcon Crest.
Falcon Crest. Oh my God.
Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah.
We hung out with him the whole time.
The dude that managed us and him, they had something. Lorenzo owed him a favor.
Yep.
So now he called him and said, I need y'all to get him on. He said, I don't know if I can do that. He said, you're going to do it.
My granny would have died.
My grandma, too. If she'd have seen Lorenzo Lama, she'd have But yeah, it was a favor of a favor. Got in, and that's how we got on there, man. And it was, and we've been, Moccasin Creek's been back and played it several times, and it's, that's the thing, dude. It was, like I said, man, and I don't want to say the young cats. I'm not saying the young cats aren't paying their dues, because they are. They have to put out music. They still have to put out video. They still have to be accepted and shit. It's just a different type of dues now. Like, in the fact that, I mean, bro, we had to. There were many a time we drove 350, 400 miles and had a 20-minute set. We got a 6-pack of beer and $100 and was told, I appreciate it, leave. Like,
yeah.
Barely, it was crazy. We had no merch, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Sleeping in other people's tents and sleeping in the truck. Man, how many times we slept in the truck? Wake up, mosquito bite. It was terrible. I'm not lying, bro. It was some wild shit. It was wild shit.
Well, how did you manage to do your writing in between shows? Did y'all?
We were, like he said, not playing. Like, there weren't beat stars and all these websites and producers that you went to a studio, you had them create the beat, and then whatever was left on the clock, hey man, get over in that corner, I'll get in this corner, and you just wrote some shit.
So you literally went into the studio and there was no beat made. They made it right there for you.
Yeah, this was a time where, like, you could go in and be like, hey man, that Party Like a Rock Star song, make us something kind of along those lines. That's basically all you give me something that sounds kind of like, and has some guitars. Mm-hmm. They produced the beat, and then we're like, all right, shit. All right, we had an idea on a song. You go in that room, I'll go over here, and you write it, and hope you got it in your time slot. If not, you were saving money to come back the following week and record it. And this is computers. This is, hey man, burn this beat on a CD if we're not finished with it. Burn it, so we go home and listen to it for a couple of days. Come back next week. Like, there was no sit down at the house for 3 days and knock out a 12 song project.
So you didn't have home studios back then.
Everything was no. And it wasn't that
if you had a studio, you was exclusive.
Yeah. because that was that at that time studios were cats that went to school for that shit, that learned that shit, that had the equipment and did all that and made the beats. They were all musicians and all that. You know, it's just technology's changed the world for good in a lot of ways, for sure, especially musically. But yeah, man, it was just different. And I mean, I think all the old stuff, not just us, but any realm. But you'll hear about all the, you know, watch any hip hop documentary and they'll tell you, you know, so and so sent me a CD in the mail so I could hear the beat, so I could write to it, and then fly where I was going to drop the verse because we only had 2 hours of studio time. But the shit, you know, it doesn't sound like much now, but you think back in 2008, 2009, $60, $70 an hour, that shit was expensive when you're a
Up and coming, yeah.
When that's the light bill.
when that's your insurance, your light bill, or your breathalyzer payment. You know what I'm saying?
When I interviewed Bravo Gator 4 years ago, he told me back in the day, if you wanted to put out an album, you basically had to mortgage your house because it was so expensive.
Oh yeah, dude, we was talking about that not too long ago. That's why we never did an album. We was probably $4 or $5 in before we had our 8 songs, and never could press this shit because we had no money. I mean, so we would literally take whatever they sent us home from the. We never had nothing mixed, nothing mastered. We would just take it home, burn the CDs, and just take it out to the sand pits, to the mud bog, to the country bar, and just sell them. But sounded like,
but in a way, though,
sounded like ass.
In a way, that was the good. That was the good shit. You know what I'm
raw.
saying? It wasn't the good shit, but in a way, the feeling that early stuff made you feel when the first time you heard "Kicking Up Mud" by damn Deluxe, you was like, "Fuck, man! Dude, oh my god!" Okay,
Boss Hog.
Yeah, first time you heard "Dirt Road Anthem" by Colt, you was like, "Fuck yeah!" You know?
Yeah, and that's another thing too. It's like Al Dean made that a gigantic song. Me and Jack used that on a burnt CD before that shit ever hit the airwaves. It's like we really saw the shit coming. Even and we've knocked heads or whatever. Even on MySpace here, Smoke's kicking it in Tennessee. That was, but I go back to what brought me into it, and I just can't deny it. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Was Saddle Up Shorty. That's what brought me into the whole genre.
I went to a Colt Ford concert, and I said, and I always used to go to the studio, right? Well, whenever I had a little extra money, I went to the studio and messed around. We'd make freestyles or whatever. And I went to see Colt Ford, and I was like,
I can do this.
I've been doing this.
We had almost the same story. That's what I said. I was doing the karaoke the one night, and a guy let me hear Colt's CD, and it was Ride Through the Country is what it was called, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dirt Road Anthem.
Yep.
Yeah, one of them. And I was like, oh, I want to do this. That's really just how it started. Like, oh shit, I like hip hop, I always have, but I can't rap about slinging dope and shooting people in the street because I didn't live that life. I was in the street, but that wasn't me. So I heard the Colt thing. He heard the Colt thing. So we got, Colts. And then fast forward 2 years later, we're getting emails and phone calls from Colt and Shannon and all them. Hey, man, how we get on these mud bogs? And I was like, yeah, we're on to something. You know what I'm saying? So that was really cool. I mean, that's our little imprint.
So you're saying it took y'all performed at the mud bogs for 2 years before it really caught on?
Probably 2, maybe a little bit longer. It started really catching on in the South about 2 years in, and then next thing you know,
people used to go to mud bogs to watch trucks.
That's it.
They didn't go to look at the entertainment.
Yeah.
And then Jeff was cool with the people at Hogwaller Mud Bog. He grew up with them and all. First time I went out there, it blew my freaking mind. I was like, what in the hell, bro? I've been missing out on this the whole time. But anyway, so he talked them into letting us do
it was so bad.
And it was terrible because we had to string whatever amps. I think we might have had an old speaker, a house speaker.
Bro, we did. We had an old house speaker. No, but there's daisy chain. There was power cords running to people's generators and shit. It was terrible.
But we was on the back of a flatbed, and
that was our stage.
But it was fun, man. It was fun. it was fun. That's all I can say. And nobody cared about the sound, how good the sound was. It was kind of the movement starting. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, can I stop real quick? I'm reading the comments. I don't know who's in there starting drama. I don't give a shit. But somebody just said something. Mike's son's gonna blow up. He is. Mike's a beast. You'll love Mike.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I could because you don't know. You
I hope he does.
Mike's us, but younger.
Good.
And that motherfucker is a.
I want everybody to win.
That's a cornfield.
I wish. I wish that
I love Mike.
I wish that some of these new guys got to experience download money.
That's the thing that's different too, man. We were talking about that today.
Because I feel like that this newer genre, because I like a couple of these young guys that I have heard, and some of these guys, they getting raped. I mean, because download money was back then was so much better.
Yeah, there wasn't any streaming. You had to buy that shit off Amazon, buy that shit off iTunes, or order a CD, and you got paid pretty healthily from that shit.
Shit, you got
enough that, like in Jack's instance, he did well enough. He didn't have to tour. You know what I'm saying? And we were building something else, so we had to tour. So we both saw that transition from, hey man, you drop an album. 6,000-7,000 people buy it at $9 a pop. You was doing all right.
Yeah.
Now you drop an album, you get 100,000 streams, you're making $6-7. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so it is kind of detrimental in that aspect for the young generation, but there are other avenues they can build a YouTube, or like I said, when VidMe comes out here in a couple of weeks and people get over there and see that streaming money and how that's going to work. Still, you and I need to set up a call about that in the next couple of days. So that was different, man. We were benefactors of the early day where you couldn't really, and it was so new and shit. It wasn't hitting LimeWire. No, people wasn't stealing and down. You know, like if you wanted to hear anything country rap, you was buying it.
Yeah, and one thing about the country rap fans, everybody, and shout out to everybody, they spent the money, man, and they the ones that grew. You can say who started the genre and grew the genre, whatever. It comes back to the people, because if they wasn't receptive to it, yeah, we might have pushed it in their face, some of the early guys, but if they wasn't receptive to it, there wouldn't be no country rap genre. I mean, that's any genre. That's rap. You know, that goes back there.
Shout out Chopsticks.
Chopstick. What's up, baby?
I was just playing Jackie earlier today, the intro you did for me last year, because I told him, I was like, Chop said he's gonna hook us up with another intro. It is wild. That's another thing too, man. Like there's some of the old heads that have been around for a long time. I want to make sure Chop always has his flowers. I'm not taking shit from Dusty and Tex. Dusty and Bird, but Chop's as intricate as a part of that whole thing. I'm not taking anything from what Smo's done, but at the time, O-Rig was as intricate. Like the DJs at the time, like the people that helped us.
There's a lot of people from behind the scenes that never got any
sort of
recognition. We know who they are.
Right. Saying, D Thrash, all them guys like the Brandon Banyan, the DJs. There's been a lot of people that have been implementive in this industry that have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
And they deserve that credit too, because there wouldn't be this shit without a lot. There's a lot of people that really made this thing what it is.
Well, I like to say this. One of my favorite songs by you, Bottleneck, it's called "Still Riding."
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my.
Oh yeah.
I tried to get this bitch to put it in the set list today.
What?
Go ahead. I'm gonna tell you a story after you get done. I'm gonna tell you a story about Still Riding. It's the honest to God's truth.
Like I said, that's one of my favorite songs by you.
Yeah. So it's so funny because I had the beat. I made the beat, and I don't know why I freestyled the whole song, because I mean you could tell the lyrics are not super great.
I'm gonna cut him off. He always talk. I can't rap. I can't. This bitch can freestyle with anybody.
I don't really write nothing no more. But anyway, I took this phone right here. I had GarageBand on it, freestyled it into the phone, and I said, "Damn, that sounds okay." Went to the studio, took the vocals from my phone, put it into Pro Tools, and that is still riding. 100%.
1,000%.
21 billion views later.
I tell you another thing too about this dude and about how we work together, and this is why I want to do more shit. A lot of people don't understand how tied in the young crowd. Like you can go back. A lot of people know Target worked with Fred Durst, and Jackie grew up. He's worked with Fred Durst. Like people we've been around with. We went and cut that Crackers album 3 years ago with Damian Starkey, who created Puddle of Mud. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we played with them forever. In fact, he was going to replace, what's his name, when the, was it Soundgarden?
Stone Temple.
Yeah, so when Stone Temple Pilots lead singer, that's it.
Yeah, he interviewed for
I mean, you got these two dudes that started from shit, country rapping, having no idea about nothing. Fast forward 12 years later, we're sitting in Puddle of Mud studio, gold plaques everywhere on the planet, and we went in, wrote, recorded, and did that entire Crackers project in a day.
That's crazy. Well, look, we're going to take an intermission. I'm going to play 2 songs. I want to play Still Riding, if it's okay with you, Bottleneck. And I'm going to play Monte Carlos and Cigarettes by Mike Sons and Jeff McCool.
Yeah, you got to hear Mike. Okay. I tell you.
Now, do you still I know this song is 4 years old. Do you still have the dog?
No, my boy passed
sorry
away.
to hear that. It was a beautiful animal.
He's the one that made the whole video.
That dog killed that dog. Hey,
it's funny you say that because that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with the video, because of the dog.
He's good.
That was a pretty ass
good boy now.
What was his name?
Dog.
Rut.
Like a tire rut.
No, like a deer and rut. Quit lying.
No, I don't remember why I named him Rut, but his name was Rut.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Bottleneck Still Riding, and after this will be Mike Sons and Jeff McCool, Moccasin Creek, Cigarettes in Monte Carlo. Let's get it.
I'm just an old simple man from the country. I'm still running these dirt roads with bare feet. I got my old bulldog right beside me. I'm still riding with the breeze. I'm feeling pretty good, a cracker can't complain. Besides this crazy ass world we're living in today. They say good times are behind us, stuck living blinded. Don't listen to half of what you hear, they just lying. I'm still riding, I'm gonna keep doing what I do. Always stay true, cause I got nothing else to prove. I've been there for my family, had to get it for my kids. I always put them first, don't give a damn about the biz. I ain't all about the shine, don't give a damn about the fame. And if you worry about tomorrow, it will put you in the grave. And I damn sure ain't the best, but I damn sure ain't the worst. And I always been a rebel, and I've been that way from birth. You got to take the good with the bad when it happens. I just tried to make a living out of rapping. What's happening? Still got my spit cup and napkins. Looking through the rear view as time keeps on passing. I'm just an old simple man from the country. I'm still running these dirt roads with bare feet. I got my old bulldog right beside me. I'm still riding with the breeze. I'm just an old simple man from the country. I'm still running these dirt roads with bare feet. I got my old bulldog right beside me. I'm still riding with the breeze. So them so-called friends, they come and they go. I came a long way, granny, but I got so far to go. Still grinding, staying on everything you told me. I got my money up, but the money makes you lonely. My homies, I don't know who is really phony. Got a little fame, got people turning on me. But hey, like they say, it is what it is.
I'm a self-made man, I don't fit into them trends. I'm still riding, that's how it's always been. Even way back when I used to push against the wind. Still popping the clutch, riding them ruts. And I've been too blessed to be holding the grudge. And I ain't living for tomorrow, I'm just living for the minute. I ain't worried about a thing, I'm feeling good and living in it. Between the lines and I'm steady, got the cooler cold and ready. Ain't nobody gonna come between me and my blessing. I'm just an old simple man from the country. I'm still running these dirt roads with bare feet. I got my old bulldog right beside me. I'm still riding with the breeze. I'm just an old simple man from the country. I'm still running these dirt roads with bare feet. I got my old bulldog right beside me. I'm still riding with the breeze. Yes, sir. When they talk about them old barrels, they don't know I was traveling way before they mapped it in. Cigarettes in Monte Carlo. Yeah, we were living that fast life way before the fast. When they talk about them old barrels, they don't know I was traveling way before they mapped it in. Cigarettes in Monte Carlo. Yeah, we were living that fast life way before the fast life.
Before that fast life shit, I was living a fast life, and so much time has gone by, it's like a past life. Bad nights, nah, they were far and few between. 95 and my 85 Monte Carlo, bitch was clean. Cigarettes and window tint, living like kings, smoke rings on dusty roads, American dream. Getting high with my team, running hot with high beams, and on the top you heard the siren. They didn't find me, I was running from the coppers, hit that wood line and split quick, without a chopper, cause we had fists, two lips and talk shit. We lived that Mach 3 fast life, bitch, you barely quick. Don't talk to me about fast living, I was running like a hot kettle top from two cops, drunk on Thanksgiving. Took a leap off in the creek, shit. They couldn't stop us, I disappeared like old teeth and left the streets like Jimmy Hoffa.
When they talk about them old barrels, they don't know I was traveling way before they mapped it in. Cigarettes in Monte Carlo. Yeah, we were living that fast life way before the fast. When they talk about them old barrels, they don't know I was traveling way before they mapped it in. Cigarettes in Monte Carlo. Yeah, we were living that fast life way before the fast life. They telling me to turn around, but I can't do it this time. They telling me to hold it down, but I did that the whole time. Now they all on some paper, now they all on my line, hitting my phone. Can I get a favor? Like, I see you ballin' now, can I hold some? Really, that's crazy, cause I was the one that was holding it down. I was the one on the road in the cold when the car came through and nobody was around. I picked them up, I showed them love, I taught them all of the ropes. I was the one, still I'm the one, so when you speak on me, no. I will always be around, and it's all love, I will not change up. My heart is built for that pain, that's how I got it out the mud. When they talk about them old barrels, they don't know I was traveling way before they mapped it in. Cigarettes in Monte Carlo. Yeah, we were living that fast life way before the fast life. Talk about them old barrels, they don't know I was traveling way before they mapped it in. Cigarettes in Monte Carlo. Yeah, we were living that fast life way before the fast life.
Just started talking. Hey, before you say anything, T, I want to potheads and a couple people mentioned about the app that I keep talking about. Do I no, I'm not smart enough to know anything about technology. All I know is that it's a new platform that will pay artists a lot more than what they get now, and it also allows fans and people that are part of the platform. They will get paid as well just for commenting and sharing other people's stuff. I promise you, I just believe in it because I know what it's going to do for so many artists monetarily. Trust me, if I had something to do with it, I'd be talking about it all the time. I don't have a fresh billion to start a damn social media platform, so let's get that out of the way.
So you freestyled that whole song, Bottleneck?
Oh yeah,
That's dope.
100%. Yeah, that whole actually that whole album
Because
freestyle.
I seen this freestyle
that
all day.
I call that real life music because you were saying some real life stuff in there.
Man, I tell Jeff this all the time. If I'm not feeling a beat, I can't lock in on it. I will not feel it, and I will never listen to it again.
That's a fact.
But I mean, that one I can groove to, man. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it.
Another thing this dickhead will do too, he'll feel a beat, put a hook on it, send it to me. I throw him back 16 fire ass bars, and he'd be like, I can't come up with nothing on my. I'm like, why wasting bars for your dumb ass?
You know,
put it out.
you know, one thing I think in music, and it's weird. I mean, it's not the norm today, but if you ain't feeling it, why even put it out?
That's fact.
This is what I tell
That's fact.
up and coming artists when they ask me my advice, and I'm not an artist, and I'm just an old cat who likes to listen to rap, and sometimes I rap Christmas presents. I tell
That's
them
right.
if you're going to put a project out, send it to another artist. If they're not willing to jump on it with you or want to buy it from you, don't put it out.
They
Don't
ain't
put it
feeling
out.
it. That's right.
Hey, listen, man. That's what I've talked about this before. Jack's one of them, and I've told you Ryan's the other one. Target's the other. Ryan Fleming. I'll send them shit. He'll tell you, dog. If they get worn out, I'll send them a song every day almost.
Oh yeah.
And
but Jeff's always been like that. He's the one in the studio that you're over there trying to come up with lyrics to the verse. You know, he goes, "I'm ready." He's done, and he's in there recording. You're
but no, what I was getting at is they'll tell me, "No, dog, that ain't it," and I need that because if not, I would just put out everything. You know what I mean? And that's why I respect the old heads that will tell you that. I just did a feature for Adrian Reps a couple days ago. Dope track. But the first thing you asked me, the first thing I said, "Hey man, are you cool with the verse?" I don't want you to tell me, "Yeah," just because I did
Right.
it. If you say, "Hey man, yeah, that's dope," but there's two bars in there that are just, I'll change them. And that's what I always respect about them telling me the truth.
And any young artists, I get young guys that hit that I ain't, you know, a lot of them I hadn't heard of. Some of them I have, but they'll say, "Hey, can I get you to do a feature? And how much you charge for a feature?" I said, "I don't charge." I said, "Send it to me, and if I feel it, I'll put something on it. If I don't, you'll have to send me another one because you know I'm not feeling it."
We've spoken about this before, Jack, on here, and that's what I was telling you is it's to that point now where like, you know, we've been lucky and very, very blessed that, hey man, you don't have if we feel it and we fuck with the song, give us our writers credits and we'll do what we can to help you by doing the feature. And there was a time 5, 6, 7 years ago that I mean you hit one of your buddies up and it wasn't that they wanted money for the feature. It goes back to, hey man, just give me enough money to cover the studio time.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Because it was, you know, so no, that's it's unique in that aspect too, that like everybody understands the business now. Your splits, your writer's credits, this, that, and other, whatever the case may be. And you know, if you can catch him when he ain't doing his, you know, just being and it's not I'm not being funny, like we're at that age, we're at that point where he's got grown kids, he's got a lot of stuff to take care of. He runs his own farm, same shit I do up here. It's like you catch us in those modes, and I go in spurts too, where it's 2, 3 weeks where I'm writing every day. I might not walk in my studio for 3 months, and then I'm back in there every day. It's the same shit. So if you catch them at the right time, whatever you
Well,
can do to
it's
help,
probably
you
safe to
help.
say you're never going to catch him during hunting season.
No. That was the first thing Daphne asked when she was booking this shit. What dates are not available? And I just texted her back and said, before Jack even answers, all deer season. You can't book nothing during the rut at all.
I've become a older gentleman. So I don't run hard like I used to. I lock in on a mature
Buddy.
deer, and me and him, we're gonna see who can win. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's my new music's always been my side piece. Always. No matter what, she has never left me. And I've loved her from day one, from my granny back singing in the church choir, you know what I'm saying? That feeling that you get of music, it's always there with you, and it will never leave you. So when times get rough or something hits me, oh, I'm back on. I'm on. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes, life gets in the way and you gotta take care of other shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
I mean, just to be honest.
Or should I? Never mind. I was about to spit some bars.
I got Jeff up here sipping today.
Yeah. See how much more different it is?
But I told him,
he
explained to me a little bit what happened, and I said, Jeff, you don't have to do that. You don't have to prove yourself to nobody, because if you hadn't proved yourself to you by now, you won't never prove yourself. So who cares?
Hey, and this is one thing, and I don't want to make this about me. He's been telling me for years and years, put some of that rap shit out.
I agree.
Yeah, I tell him that. Yeah.
So I'm finally gonna do it. I'll send him shit all the time. It's like, oh, why ain't you putting this out?
Hey,
I know it's not gonna sell to my fan base, but I want to gain a new fan.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna put something out there right now. All the diss tracks, dissing. There's about 3 guys that don't do diss songs in the country rap game that you do not want to fucking diss. And I'm sitting beside one. I'm telling y'all that right now. Charlie Farley is another one.
Charlie can really rap.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there's some guys that low key do the country rap and hold back, but they're really good, like paddle rappers, dude. You don't want to play with them like that. I'm just
storytelling, and I pride myself on being able to tell stories about life and all that shit. But I've been adamant about, like, I've also enjoyed learning the art of hip hop. And
T, you diss me, you gonna hurt my feelings, and I'm gonna show up at your damn house.
Facts.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I don't get caught up in that bullshit, and a lot of other people shouldn't either, man. They should humble themselves.
Yeah, but I think I believe you're one of those people too, that if somebody,
this motherfucker's off his rocker, period. But that's the thing. That's like, if it's all just artist based, all the artists get it. Like, hey, it's sport. We do that. It's the fans that don't understand, and they're the ones that cause the friction. I mean, and that's okay. And you pick sides. It's no different than, we just talked about this at dinner. I'm a big Florida State football fan. He's a diehard Florida Gator fan.
And they don't
we should hate each other. But why in music and politics, if you like 2 different things, you can't fuck with those people? It's just weird. It's just weird. You know what I'm saying? It's just
and from a business standpoint, when you diss or talk shit about another artist in the same genre as you, and them fans are loyal to that side, you limit your fan base. So you're cutting down on your money too. So I mean, in business, it don't make sense. Well, I'm just saying.
Hitman, hit me up, dog. We had a dope one in the past. Hit me
I've
up.
always said
brother.
that,
you know that,
especially in the country rap lane, when you get 2 big artists who go at each other, it's like having a pond. If you put a divider in the middle of the pond, you just cut down how many fish you can catch.
That's right.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, man. It's like just throwing a gill net out there and just it kind. and here, yeah, I don't want to get
But
into all that
I
because we're
will
talking
say
about.
this, because we talk about a lot on this channel, and Jeff's been part of some of the conversations. Because a lot of people start talking about the Mount Rushmores of different topics, and I don't think the fans truly understand that if it wasn't for the Colt Fords, the Lacs, the Moonshine Bandits, Moccasin Creek,
Cowboy
Cowboy
Troy,
Troy, Bottleneck, Big Smoke, the country, yeah, the
Georgia
Georgia
boys,
boys, uh,
Derek
Mike
Thrasher,
Manick, people like that, Demon
Big Chuck,
Demon Jones,
Lenny Cooper.
Lenny
Rehab,
Cooper.
all those people. If
Yeah.
if it wasn't for you all, we wouldn't have this genre that we have today.
There's a there's a long list of guys there. Well, there's a short list of guys that was actually in the trenches, and there's a long list of guys who was sitting in the bushes waiting to see if this shit would
Yeah,
happen.
Thanks.
That jumped out and said, "Oh, I'm country rap." When they was waiting to see what happened when guys like us was in the trenches making
right.
it happen.
Right.
Period. There ain't nothing else to say about that. And if anybody wants to debate that, they can debate that with me.
That is true, and honestly, it's crazy because we didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen,
We didn't.
but at the same time, I there were a lot of people, rappers, that publicly, Facebook, YouTube, would clown the shit out of this. Look at these corny motherfuckers. Blah, 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 blah. And a lot of them are doing this now.
Well, also,
Yep.
because I'm gonna give flowers where flowers are due, because you two were the pioneers of bringing country rap to the mud parks. If it wasn't for people like you, there wouldn't be the redneck raves, and it wouldn't be the Soul of the South festivals. It wouldn't be any of that.
It's hard to really. I mean, that's a hard one to.
Y'all
I've
broke
been
the
at
ice. Y'all broke the glass
yeah,
ceiling.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And again, I've said this a million times too. Like, I take my hat off and tip to what Justin created with the Redneck Raves.
Yeah,
Unreal. I mean, it is. It's a giant part.
it
It's
is.
crazy. In retrospect, people, you got to take it back 15 years. Myself and Bottleneck, Smo, and I think that's really all it was. We got on with Trucks Gone Wild, who at the time, remember Girls
Mhm.
Gone Wild was a big thing back then.
Clay and Cole,
Right. Yeah.
Clay and Brian, and which are the blacks, and
Derek.
and then Derek had started doing them right after us because he seen
What was that?
what was happening, and
But we were all cool. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man, we knew that that's what you're doing. Bring it on in. But to again, it's progression, and it's a difference in age too of people. Like, we were partying that same way, but bro, it was over a decade and a half ago. You know what I'm saying? So it just changes. So I've always tipped my hat to what he's created with that. Uh, I can't say that it would have never happened.
it was
But then again, who knows what if any of this would have ever happened had. I mean, the industry gave Cowboy Troy a chance. They wanted to try it. It wasn't accepted mainstream. They thought that shit was just gonna stop. Everybody would just quit altogether. Colt started getting some traction. We all started following in those footsteps and doing it. Everybody kind of went in different. Everybody put their own footprint in the mud in a different way to create the shit. And to say, and this is one thing I'll say. A lot of people will talk about. I mean, and I'm not. Listen, I'm not trying to bring up any genre or say anything. Especially he's got one of the dopest out. He did that Project X with Upchurch, an entire album. It was great. Whatever. A lot of people say, he would have been. We don't know. He might have become a country rapper on his own. But then again, was there a lane for that? We don't know. Nobody knows. We didn't know what the fuck we were doing. So somebody could have came along 4 or 5 years later and been like, oh, this is what I want to do. We can't project that. Nobody knows. But as far as taking entertainment to mud parks, we absolutely did do that. And to
Yeah,
see
for
what it's
sure.
gotten to, it is cool, man. It is cool. I mean, bro, some of the redneck rays, the amount of people they bring out is absurd, and
It is.
I mean, that's a hell of a job on promotion, the party, the atmosphere.
And
Again, at my age, I don't fit in at a redneck rave. You know what I mean? I'd like to go just to hang out with my buddies backstage, but I can't. Now, 15 years ago, we're out in the crowd. We're doing the same shit. We're on the dude. We jump off stage and get on these big jacked up buggies, and it's just grown, and that's cool.
Well, I'm just saying, if there's ever a Mount Rushmore for bringing entertainment to the mud parks, you two need to definitely be on there.
Well, that's about the only one because I mean I still don't. I mean, like we don't claim that we started none of this shit. We
no, Colt Ford is the one that started country rap. Period.
As far as making it gigantic,
there's
sure.
not nothing else to say. He's the godfather of country rap, and everybody else get in line.
That's
period. Nothing else to say.
And again, I've said this before too. And you know, like when people talk about where did country rap originate, well, I mean, Charlie Daniels was rapping his ass off when we went down to Georgia and fought for the fiddle.
I mean, you know,
you know what I'm saying?
As far as like country rap,
Colt,
like is today,
Colt,
whatever avenue opened up for me and him and anybody else down the line. Colt Ford, 100% is the originator of country rap.
He's the daddy.
Period. I don't care who else claims it. I was doing country rap songs back in 2004, but nobody fucking heard him. Mm-hmm. So Colt Ford put it on a whole new level. He is the one that started. Bubba Sparks did not start it. I don't care what anybody says. Yes,
Bubba always says he's a rapper.
He had a influence on everything, but Colt Ford started country rap. Period. Nothing else to say.
Yeah, Bubba.
See, a lot of people.
I still love Bubba. I mean, but Bubba also tell you I'm a rapper from.
I think
difference back then.
I think
now it's kind of all blended together.
I think that he understands that.
But some people like to say the Haystack started it.
Stack was never country. Stack was a street rapper from Nashville, and I knew Stack for a long time. I haven't talked to him in years. There's reasons why, but no. Again, that they say that now because of where the genre is as far as it's accepted as
it's accepted.
Considered country rap.
Haystack wasn't accepted by the country rap community a long time ago. I don't think.
No, not saying car full of white boys, big ass white. I bumped all that shit.
I don't listen to it.
We didn't consider it country at all.
Country,
you know what I mean? I mean,
Colt Ford, definitely.
Yeah, Colt was the OG of the shit.
100%.
Hands down.
Shout out to Colt Ford.
Colt, hey,
sure.
And I hope he's doing good. I ain't talked to Colt for a long time.
I talked to him about.
But I believe Colt opened the door, really opened the door for country rap. And then you had guys like me and Jeff, Georgia boys, the Lax blew up. That one album they put out was
that Kicking Up Mud set it off.
Yeah,
that was
for sure.
Yeah,
I heard it and I said, "Oh,
that's
shit.
a banger."
Yeah,
and that was the thing too. Back then, it was like again. Going back to studio time and beats, and you'd hear something took off on MySpace and then took off on YouTube, and you're like, man, we need something like that. You know, everybody was kind of, and that was again, man. It was such a small niche of people that were doing it. And here's the crazy thing: you look at it now, a couple hundred people doing it, and it's still a small ass genre. If you look at the grand scheme of
it is
country music, rock and roll, and hip hop, it's really not big still.
No.
It can get gigantic, but what route?
Especially when you look at artists' fans and you look at the number of fans.
On that train, though.
When you look at the number of fans, because they all basically share the same fan base.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, so if this artist has 3 million, this artist has 1.8 million, this artist over here has 1 million, and this one over here, dude, if you add all that up, you know, it could be like 20 million people. But is it really 20 million people? I say no. I say maybe 5 million at the max.
There are still venues that when contacted are like, what? They don't understand. Like, yeah, it's in the grand scheme of music, it's still very, very small.
Yeah.
It can be gigantic. And don't get me wrong, there's dudes with gigantic ass numbers and have had gigantic ass monetary gains and that are set for life. But as far as comparing country rap to rap, there's no comparison as far as the amount of people that follow it, and we'd love to see it get bigger.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't knock nobody, man. I hope everybody wins. You know that
Well,
I
I've
don't care if they're
always
doing country rap or drywall. It don't matter to me. But but if you're going to country rap, do country rap.
Stop, man! I
okay.
got a rap album coming.
Jeff's got a rap
I
out.
got a
So
out
rap
what do
album
you?
coming out. Chill
All
out.
right. So with that being said, Bottleneck, what do you consider country rap?
Yeah, he asked me this shit the other day. That fucked me up.
Yeah, it kind of just fucked me up too.
Because it's changed. We got old.
Yeah, I mean, it's changed and,
Is it?
and,
Is
and
it?
it's
Is it?
evolved.
Okay. So is it based off of instrumentals, or is it based off what you're rapping about, or
Where you
I
from?
think that I think how should I say this? I'm trying to say it where I think the fans can tell if you're country, country rap, or rap. Let's just leave it there.
okay? Very well said.
And see, I got to disagree, not completely, but a lot of fans got into this 3 or 4 years ago with the new age stuff, so they don't understand what the real old shit was. You know what I'm saying? And they see the new stuff as gospel as far as country rap. And again, it's not knocking anybody, it's the growth. But the fans at the same time, too, ages, eras. It's like the Jordan, Kobe, LeBron bullshit. Who'd you grow up on? You know, that's kind of where it's at.
But the golden age was the golden age to me was seeing it
Be built.
be born. You know what I mean? That was the good. Everybody, it was brand new. I remember. Listen, I had the preacher from a church. Like that you know what I'm saying? This dude I would have never known. The first time I come back from Tennessee or somewhere, I was with Jeff and he said, "Hey man, I heard y'all song on the YouTube." I was like,
On the YouTube.
it was Hick Life.
Yeah.
And that song blew up, you know, real quick. And I was so dumbfounded when he was like, "Man, I love it, man, I love it." And I was like, "What?"
Because I'll be honest, I've said this before, man. If he's gonna be honest, and I know he will, bro, there was an embarrassment factor for a while. Like there were people that you didn't want to go. You didn't want to go around your granny. You didn't want to go around your preacher. You didn't want to go around your teachers and dignitaries in your town because they didn't understand it. And you're like, listen, man, we grew up in the 80s, early 90s at our heyday. That's when hip hop hit. We were all fans of Pac and Biggie and all the shit. We grew up on that, but we also grew up in the heart. This motherfucker grew up 5 miles from where Skinner lived. And you know, Skinner, my babysitter was in the crash with Skinner. She like we Southern rock roots, so it's like our families and some people they didn't get.
They didn't want to hear that shit.
Yeah, so it was like when people that you thought would be embarrassed or not get it started saying, "Hey, man, I really like that song." It was like, "Oh, okay," because you're listening to the lyrics and you understand what's going on now. So it was cool to watch that.
I had so many older like hardcore country guys, you know, farmers, and they said, you know, I don't like rap, but I can deal with this right here.
Yeah,
and them guys, you know, they've been like now they're lifelong fans of country rap, and I got people that call me all the time that go, "Man, you heard this guy?" And I'm like, "Damn, how you know about him? I don't even know about him." You know what I'm saying? And that just shows you the evolution of it, but
and the age gap.
Yeah. But no, these are old guys.
Yeah,
but they came in listening to the music when we all started, and now they're telling me about people that I don't even know about. So
they're been fans for a long time. Yeah. So it's been a really, honestly, it's just been a unique ass journey, man. It's been fill of ups and downs, headbutting, good fellowships, all that, everything you could think of. And ultimately, I think that's what it's missing at this point is that brotherhood it used to be.
Yeah.
You're always gonna have your few fucking chuckleheads, and that's in anything in life.
Right.
And if for some reason the entire fellowship would come back, I think it would actually get to the point of where when you go to your iTunes or you go to your Spotify and you're searching the drop down, what do you want to listen to? Rock, rap, southern rock, country rap would be a genre on the drop down to what you want to choose to listen to if there was 100% coherent. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been in my fair share of disagreements with people.
Right.
But I've also always, as a man, would call, talk, face to face, work shit out. And I know the other night, people, there's also, he can attest to, there's been times where they didn't want to talk and it was worked out the way we worked shit out back in the day.
Right.
And that, I think, is a lot, nothing to do with this genre. That's the world as a whole. You see some of these young, entitled kids on these college campuses and this, that, and the other. Bro, when I was in school, you got a guy up there fucking saying this, that, and the other, bashing the government, bashing my. You was getting knocked out.
Big D, you're right. Country rap does need an FM radio station. But sorry to interrupt.
No, you're right.
I've always said
there's enough content. Well, people tried for years. They tried to do a serious radio station for a hot minute. But the problem was, at the time when they were going to do it, you only had 9 or 10 artists. So you didn't have enough content. You were literally going to be playing the same 50 songs 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Now you have the ability to do so. So an XM or a Sirius station or an FM radio station, the person with the right pockets and connections, it could be huge, and this could grow even bigger.
Well, I've been saying for 5 years, if I ever win the lottery, that's the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start a independent country rap radio station on Sirius XM.
There you go. If somebody should, like he just said, and you did, somebody should.
And set it up like they do on some of those radio stations. Air it on YouTube live every morning and have artists come in and interview them, like the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's exactly how I would do it.
Hey, did I tell you? Never. Yeah. Speaking, I didn't mean to cut you off. Breakfast Club made me think about it. Never mind. Go ahead.
What you got, dog?
No.
But when you were talking about the fan base, I've always said that this genre is big enough for everybody to eat off the same plate. I don't need somebody to fail for me to be successful. And if every artist had that mindset, and everybody just, if you don't like somebody, just go your way, let them go their way. You just put out music. Let the fans decide what's good and what's not good.
But I got a bunch of people I don't like.
But
I don't talk to them.
That's it.
I ain't got to talk to them.
And that's how it is. But that's how social media has made life, not just in music, just in everything else. Everybody, hey, if you have a disagreement with somebody, let me talk shit about you, your mom, your family, all this dumb shit, and just to be divisive, do whatever. It's the same, and it's the same in this genre as well. It's like the problem is, like Mike Tyson always said, the thing is, like a lot of people ain't just been punched in their mouth, period. And the internet's not real life, you know? I mean, we're just old school, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're just some dinosaurs, cuz, I guess. Hey, I'm good with it nowadays. I'm good with it. I don't let all that bullshit. Hey, I'm just trying to live good and happy. That's it.
I woke up this morning and farted dust. That shit was crazy.
Hey, and T, man, listen. We've been working I've never even really took going out doing shows serious. I haven't. I went out, partied my ass off, and did whatever the hell we could do on stage, and it sounded like crusty shit most of the time. But this time is going to be totally different.
TripleT.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be totally different, and we're actually doing it right. And I'm telling you, this show right here will be so fun.
It's fun.
It will be so fun and so different than what everybody's been hearing at shows. You know, you'll know one or two songs.
It's fun.
But let's be real. When you go to a country rap concert, it ain't an Eagles concert. You don't know every song.
Right.
That's a great point.
So if you play 3 songs that the crowd don't know, it kind of gets stagnant.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. and then you might come back in with another one. I don't care what artist you are. And if you ain't got if it's not upbeat and it's not peppy and it's not fun, it's not going to be a good show. So I told Jeff, I said, let's make a fucking good country rap show. Period.
Ain't no drama. He is right. Music needs a story told back in it. And if you would like to go check anything Michaels and Creek's done, I like to tell stories. But go ahead.
So when does the first show begin?
I think the 14th of June.
14th.
And then that's the thing. We've got a lot of our, for the people who don't understand or don't know the lingo, our anchor dates, like our big shows for the weekend. And we're doing all our routed dates now. So that's why we only put out like 4 shows, just to let people know. But like I said, we're going to do about 18 to 20, maybe 23-ish in that area. And then we'll do the Camp with the Creek in October. Then I think, I'm not saying think, I'm confident because we'll get Gotti or we'll get somebody to come out and really video and show what the show is.
Yeah.
We'll put out another 3 or 4 songs with some videos and stuff, and it'll be that thing that's like, oh shit, yeah, we want this back in the clubs again. We want this back in the venues. This is fun.
Yeah.
And I hope it opens the door back up, because I'm not lying when I say I've had venue owners contact me and ask me, hey, should I book so-and-so because I'm worried about so-and-so and their people coming up and showing up and this like, because of the drama. You know, it's affecting it as a whole to a point. And again, I'm friends with everybody in this shit except for a couple people.
Right.
Which is obvious. And I don't know, like I've been adamant about this from day one. I don't know the personal issues with a lot of the people. But what's not right is if I'm sitting here with Jackie, he's one of my best friends for 20 fucking years. He's got songs and albums with Upchurch. He was with me at dinner just 20 fucking 30 minutes ago. Adam Calhoun calls me, one of my great friends in this business. Target's one of my best friends I've ever met. If motherfuckers don't like me because I deal with them, or motherfuckers don't like Jackie because he deals with up, that's a you problem.
Yep.
And the fan base needs to realize that. If you can't get past that, everybody can have their own personal issues. It's about the music, period. You've got your fucking Ringling Brothers circus ass clowns. You can't, and that's in any aspect of life. They're going to be there regardless. But if this guy doesn't get along with that guy, and that guy doesn't get along with that guy, but that guy writes a song that's great, you can't sit there and just hate on it because, damn, I don't like him because he knows him and they're friends with that. It's some so fucking childish.
Well, I've always used the sports analogy just like you did.
Mm-hmm.
You two like 2 different college football teams. Doesn't mean you have to hate each other.
I definitely hate the Seminoles.
We do for 12 weeks out of the year. We can't stand each other.
If you're a Georgia fan or a Florida State fan, yeah, we don't get it. No, just kidding, man.
But what I'm saying is, a lot of fans do that though. They'll come into comments and chats and bash people because they like this artist or they like that artist. And 99% of these people will never meet these artists, but yet they'll stand on the sword and die for them. And I'll say it. I think a lot of the drama comes from the fans.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And I honestly, man, dude, I don't know if this is growth or what, as far as just getting old. I think it's just how the majority of them are young. I think it's just how they're conditioned now. You got to think, anybody that's 20, 21, 22 years old now, they've had social media their whole life.
Well, I think COVID had a lot to do with it too.
Right, sitting around and being able to do. Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
for a whole year being locked down.
But again, it's like we make no qualms. There's people that he don't care for that I do, and there's people that I don't care for that he does. But guess what? It doesn't matter. We can still all be cordial when we're around each other. It's
Exactly.
still It's the same shit we always talk with the football analogy. A lot of people know this. This motherfucker was a hell of a strong safety. He played college ball too. And I mean, he was a beast. And same shit, I always use that football reference. There are motherfuckers in your locker room that you would like to take your cleats off of and just knock their goddamn teeth out. But you know when you go out there and strap them up on Saturday, y'all got to be boys. Period.
Facts.
Yeah.
And same thing in the military.
The same thing with family. There's family members that can't stand each other, but you're getting together at Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter.
Look, I got 3 older brothers. You put us in the room together, within 30 minutes, we're beating each other up with baseball bats. Let somebody walk in that room and start shit with one of us.
Yeah, you got everybody back.
They just walk into a hornet's nest.
I mean, my sister's been vocal about it. I've been vocal about it. We didn't talk for 5-6 years because we you know I was a piece of shit. He was around during my piece of shit days for a long time too. We didn't talk at all. But if somebody went at me or somebody went at her, we got each other's back. You know what I'm saying? Like 1,000%. Always will. So yeah, I think a lot of us just people are honestly too, man. Take this how you want to, and if the shoe fits, wear that son bitch and run a marathon in it. Some people are just too fucking dumb to get it. Like just people, we're just dumber as a country now.
All right. So June 14th is the first show. How long is when the fans come to a double wide show? How long can they expect to be entertained?
About 14 minutes. Then we both got to get an IV. About 14 minutes, we get our first IV.
Jeff put a few verses on songs. I said, "What the hell was you thinking? Why was you rapping so fast?"
I fucked up. Nah, we do it. You know, a good 75 to 90-minute set, depending on the venue. You know, because most times when you headline anywhere, it's generally 75 to 90 minutes. You know, whatever.
It's gonna be
is that a piece or are you doing it together?
What's that? I'm sorry, T.
Is that a piece or are you doing it together?
That's what's unique about it. So we've got so much old double wide stuff. We got so much Moccasin Creek stuff. We got so much Bottleneck stuff. There are Moccasin Creek fans that are going to come out. There are Bottleneck fans that are going to come out. Some of them fans don't know either of us together. There are going to be people that come out just to see double wide that didn't know that we went on to do Moccasin Creek and be Bottleneck because it's a big merge of everything. Like I said, without giving the whole thing away, every song we do, everybody in the crowd will know. And you'll understand. I'll send you a couple of tracks when we get off and you'll understand what I mean.
Okay.
So it's very unique.
It's very different.
We're proud of it. I'm
it's cool, man.
Yeah, I've talked to you 1,000 times about it. I just got over the road and was tired of it, and he never really went on the road. This is the first time I've been excited about anything as far as performing in probably 6-7 years, just because it's fun, man.
All right, so let's say hypothetical play a hypothetical game. You do say 20 shows, everyone's successful, it's fun, y'all killed it. Will there be a double wide tour next year?
It'll be double or triple amount of shows.
Absolutely, that's the plan.
That's the plan. We want to bring this shit back. We want to bring this shit back to the roots for the older crowd.
Everything comes back around, T. You know what I'm saying?
He just told me the other night on live, you ain't quitting music. I was like, bitch, I am quitting this shit in October. You ain't quitting October.
Everything comes back around, and it just so happens that we're old enough to see it, I think, and I think it's just gonna be good.
Yeah,
really good.
This might be the kickstart of part 2 of the country rap lane.
I mean, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel by any means.
Because we ain't. We definitely ain't.
But sometimes things need to get a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Rejuvenation.
Like let's say you buy a house and you're in your living room and you're looking at that same color wall.
Everything needs a little fresh paint.
Exactly. That's what I'm looking at.
He said that just because he's looking at my dingy ass walls in here.
Sometimes people need to, when they go to a show, they need to drink a beer and laugh.
And
and
have
Yeah.
dance and have fun, and instead of sitting there white knuckled thinking about punching the next guy if he hits him, go and have fun and rub your ass on your girl a little bit, and you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
and just have fun, bro. That's what we're doing now. If you come up there causing some drama, now there might be some issues, but we still are old school, and
I told him, like I said, man, I ain't got many left in me, but I can shoot on beat. No, it ain't like that anymore, man. It is. It's and like you say, like if it does help, cool. If it doesn't, we're gonna have fun and we'll probably gonna do a big one next year because we just need to get to work. Again, Double Wide never toured. Double Wide did 5, 6, 7 shows at some Mudballs back in 09, 2010. And then we both had our own careers after that. So we're just bringing back a lot of the shit that started this whole thing, and because a lot of the new cats and new heads aren't going to know the old music, they'll definitely know the hook and the song, the beat that's playing with it. So we really integrate this shit. It's really
you will totally get it when we send you a couple tracks.
Ask him a couple questions. I'm gonna go in there and send you a track. Just let you hear in your headphone for 2 seconds, and I'll let you just to know what we're doing.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. We're taking our time and really trying to, make a good show for the folks. You know what I'm saying?
Well, life is too short, and like you said, people need to sit back and just have fun every now and then. And I think right now, a lot of people are tensed up. They take things too personally, too seriously, and sometimes you just
Yeah,
gotta let your
man.
hair down and just cut a rug and
Yeah,
let loose.
yeah, man. That's what music. It's all about the feeling anyway. It's about
Yeah,
the feeling that you get out of it. It ain't about. I mean, listen, we all got songs that pump us up and make us want to fucking punch the wall. You know what I'm saying? I get
yeah,
that too, but the thing that we're trying to do, man, is just have a good time. And like I told Jeff, I don't want to be in no drama. I don't want to have no drama because I ain't got no drama now. So
right.
definitely don't want that. And like I say, behind closed doors back in the day, there was drama, but we didn't air it. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
you
saying?
air out your dirty laundry.
I read a song called Dirty Laundry. My
Yeah,
dirty
yeah.
laundry. That's my dirty laundry. Yeah, we did. Hey, I'm gonna do this. Now, granted, ain't nothing mixed and master. He probably gonna get mad. I don't give a fuck. 19 seconds. That's all I'll let you play. Now, this will give you an idea of what the entire set list is gonna be like. I hope I gave him a good one.
Which ones you get?
Can't remember. I don't remember.
Oh shit!
Hey T, can I tell you one of the most legendary stories ever?
Hmm.
It about a gang warden, his wife, and
Don't you?
Oh
Don't you think
my
you should ask
god!
Bottleneck if you could tell this story?
we probably should talk about that part. Dog, we went out on what river was that? Dog, it was gorgeous.
You make up some name.
Yeah. We drank 127 natural lights in one afternoon.
How many?
Three, three of us.
Yeah.
127.
Good
We
Lord.
was trying to get to 150 and it didn't happen. And luckily, the game warden was cool to take us home because somebody had already knew his wife real well, and
Man.
he didn't have a choice but to be cooperative. Bro, I'm telling y'all, hey,
Jeff was hell.
Jeff, I told y'all before I ran wild back in the day, it was crazy.
Uh,
So what I was saying earlier about so people are at a show, the young cats aren't gonna know a lot of the shit that we did, but they're gonna know the beats, the mashup. The old folks are definitely gonna know what's happening, and then we're all the verses, and now we're doing a lot of our original shit
Yeah,
too.
yeah, absolutely.
Don't get me wrong, and this is probably poor quality, but just to give you an idea of how different
What did you send him?
it is, I don't remember. I went to the show thing and just clicked on the first one. So it might be some pop that cooch ass. It might be shake what your mama gave you. And
You
but
said 19 seconds, right?
I just watch me and I tell you when to cut that shit off. Because people ain't gonna understand what's gonna hit them. What up, Michael Craven? Delta Wings in this bitch. Kate Trump, what's a cracking? B Davis thirsty. Nah, we drinking. Oh, Chris, Cunningham, we are playing Missouri. I'll let you know about them dates. We're putting them all up. We're putting them all up. I got to lose about another 27 pounds. This is terrible. I keep looking up there. I'm taking up 72 of that 78.
Oh shit.
All right, so just to make sure, I went ahead and clipped it down to the first 20 seconds. After that, that's all they get.
All right, cool. So this is kind of what we become.
I live back in the woods, you see. A woman and the kids and the dogs and me. Come on, let's go. Hey, let's go. I got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive, and a country boy can survive.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be different. You see what route I'm taking, right?
Oh, yeah. That's dope. That is dope.
What do y'all hear Lil John with fishing in the dark? See what I'm saying? Like
That is
we're
dope.
excited. We're excited about the shit.
Now, are you going to put it on an album once the tour is over?
Nah, we're gonna sell it because we can't put none of them shits out because it's a live show. So we're gonna sell them.
Look, that's all you need to know right there. All the comments.
Yeah, we definitely it's not a mixtape. We're gonna sell it at the merch booth as a sticks tape. It's the only place you can get it, and you better have a CD player because that's the only way you're gonna hear the shit.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, we're not getting into all. It's not no license and all. We're not putting that shit out. This is about a live performance.
Yeah.
This is about fun. This is about
fun.
Our lyrics are all original, and that's what we do. But to be able to relate to every single person in that crowd.
Yeah.
You might have an AC/DC head. Well, you're gonna be happy. You might have a damn old school Northeast Biggie fan. You're gonna be happy. You may be a Skinner dog. You're gonna be everybody can relate to this shit. You know?
Yeah.
So it's a melting pot.
Yeah, I send it to several DJs that do big venues. I sent them several songs, and they were like, "Oh my God, I can't wait this Friday night to play this." And I was like, "Man, I appreciate it," you know. So I'm looking forward to it.
Target and Simple is my biggest critics, and I sent them 2 songs, and both of them sent back. They're like, "Holy shit, that is so cold, dude!" It's just different, bro. And just to mix all that shit together, man, is yeah. Hey Delta, we are coming to Cali. I can't remember the name of the damn place we're playing again. We played there last year. We're doing a Cali. We're doing a lot of. I promise we'll keep y'all 1,000%. What's that?
If you send me,
Country Boy Swag. Who wrote that song?
I believe that was you.
That was.
I believe you wrote Country Boy Swag.
35's on that song.
I believe that we wrote the 35 on that song.
That's right. That's weird.
So. Well, we got a whole
it was
album of songs that have not even been put out yet.
No. They've been put out. But
yeah.
What's funny is we just found a hard drive of all the original recordings of somebody to put a lot of that shit out.
no, what I was saying was, if you send me the tour dates, I will post it weekly.
Yeah, we will. Again, man.
On my community tab.
In this day and age, and in this era, until the contract is signed, I ain't putting shit out because it's just So
I fully understand.
We got 10, 12, 13 days before we get the rest of them signed and locked in, and then we'll put.
Hey T, the last time we was doing shows together, I know Jeff toured a lot. I haven't, But the last time we were doing shows together, we were getting $500 a show.
Bullshit.
Maybe not even that.
Yeah.
And then when we would,
and then when
we'd show up, they didn't want to pay us. It was a brawl.
Yeah.
Fucking ridiculous.
Oh, man, when we would steal the club's equipment, like, nah, bitch, you know.
I ain't never stole nothing.
You drove the car. That bitch damn sure drove the getaway car. But yeah, man, it was I can't say it enough. I'm excited about the shit, dude.
I'm excited. I can't wait to go to one of the shows.
Oklahoma, yes, 1,000%. Shawnee, Oklahoma area. Go ahead and get ready for that.
And there is something else really big if this tour does really good that it's stupid.
It is.
And that's kind of it's the driving force behind this, maybe. And let's
just say this.
That's to be continued.
All I say is we had talked about all the. Never mind. I can't even. Yeah.
So you said Texas, Arkansas, and Louisiana.
Yeah.
Is it Texas East Coast Texas or is it mid Texas?
Well, we've always done Rednecks with Paychecks, which is up north, St. Joe, Texas, kind of on the Oklahoma border, and we generally would do routed dates through there in the Arkansas area, this, that, and the other. The only thing with Rednecks with Paychecks is they only do one or two events a year, maybe one, and I think we might already have a show booked on the weekend that they have. So I'm not sure if it's that place or not, but I know for 1,000% we'll be in Texas. Indiana, Oklahoma, Illinois, South Carolina, North Carolina, obviously Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Utah, working on Idaho, New York,
South Carolina.
There's
gonna be one up there.
And if I can get him to get his damn passport, we'll get back to Canada. And I can tell you, if I can get a passport, you can, because we got the same amount of charges.
I ain't got no charges
that show up anymore. That don't show up no more.
No, I would definitely come to the Texas, Arkansas, and Louisiana show. I'd love to record it for you.
Appreciate it.
And would love to record it for y'all.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Michael Craven, you gotta be more specific. Y'all, you did way more than one track with the Georgia boys. They said, I like that track you're doing. I'm assuming he's saying right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody, you know what's crazy? I just talked to Derek the other day. All them years, me and him never did a track together.
Really?
Never did a track together. We butted heads back in the day because we was both arrogant as fuck. Because, whatever. But yeah, Derek's my homeboy. I hit him the other day.
Hey, and a lot of people don't know. Derek got that download money.
But hey, he did well. He did well. He was very smart, very business.
Well, there's a certain song I listen to every Friday, and I've been listening to it since 2018.
Raining Men.
Redneck Remix. And I say Bottleneck and Demon Jones had the two best verses on that track.
I still got a bone to pick with Mike Manick over that bullshit.
You
know why I wasn't on it? Because me and him was beefing at the time.
I don't,
I remember Mike was like, it was Mike's song, right? It was a Mike Manick song.
Oh, yeah.
Mike's like, I want to put you on a song. And he's like, it's Damon about. I ain't fucking with Bottleneck right now. So give it about 10. about 10 months. He said, I can't wait that long. I don't remember what we was arguing. We was arguing over some dumb shit too. I can't remember what it was. But it wasn't on nothing like, long, like we just was like, man, what? But that song was gas, though. Like, I remember I was like, damn, I should have done that shit too. That was a fire song. Mike's one that don't never get talked about enough either, man. Mike's been around a hot minute, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And good dude too,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's cool, man. Just being there from the jump, seeing where it's at now, and I mean, shit.
Is your family?
There's a lot of guys. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
brother.
No, I was going to say, is your family excited about this new Double Wide tour?
They just want him out the house.
Shit, I'm excited. I'm trying to get away from them for a little while. No, man, we've been busy. We've been blessed to buy some land and build a new house, and so we've been kind of stressed out in that process, but so I'm looking forward. We finally got everything done, and
Just got moved in today.
yes,
He's up here.
yesterday they got me moved in, and but anyway, so I'm looking forward to some away time.
Yeah, and again, it ain't like I said, man, it's different than back in the day when we had to go out and do, you'd be on the road 35, 41 days in a row. It's changed to the point where we're lucky enough where you can go do a Friday, Saturday, get home and be with your family for the rest of the week. And then you can go do another one because you cut out all that travel, all that overhead with the 5, 6, 7-piece bands and the buses and all that bullshit. It's like, wait a minute. You go out and do a Tuesday, Wednesday, or you go out and do a Tuesday, Wednesday show, drive Thursday, do a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you drive Monday, Tuesday, you get by the time it's all said and done with the overhead, with paying all the people and the gas and the eat and the hotels, and like, wait a minute, you make the same amount of money just doing Friday and Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? It's like it took all that time doing it to learn that. And Delta, I'm booked, man. We're booked, or I would be, man. Let's see. Are you going to have the Moonshine Bandits or any other artist? Not that we may do shows together at the time at some places, but no, this is a double wide headlining tour. We're just doing our. We all use the term tour so loosely now because it's not technically a tour. Tours
we're doing shows.
Yeah, we're doing shows, and we call it tour because most people do. But yeah, we're not loading up and being out on the road like Overtime and Dirty and Big Murph and all that. They're out touring right now, and that's respectable that people still do that. The band is still tour. Demon still tours. That's a different breed of people. You got to have a completely different mindset, and some people can, some people can't. They can, and that's cool. I mean, shit, more power to them. I respect them for being able to do that. I did it. It's not for me, but yeah, getting out and doing a cool weekend or a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and hitting some shit that's fun, and it's not gonna beat you to death, especially at our age. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, this motherfucker here, he's getting AARP checks and shit.
Hey, watch it now. Ain't nothing wrong with them AARP checks.
That's a fact. Shit.
I'll take every discount I can get.
Me too. I'm trying to get whatever I can. I'm trying to find me a fat girl that's got a good job to split the bills with me. We ain't got to have no relationship. Just stay in the back and split the bills with me.
Now, a lot of people may not know this, but Bottleneck, you are associated with Redneck Nation, correct?
Yeah.
How's Bobby doing?
Bobby's doing good, man. Bobby's on to some big business ventures. Bobby is a smart dude. Smart dude. A lot of respect for Bobby. Always have, and always will. I don't always get into his business, far as business, but I've always been Bobby's friend and probably will always be Bobby's friend.
So, and you said a lot of people don't know this, and asked him, a lot of people don't know too. You know who loaned me $5,000 to record my first ever Moccasin Creek album?
Redneck Nation.
Bobby McClicky, 1,000%. And yeah, I mean, again,
a lot of people don't realize he's done a lot for this genre.
Absolutely. Everybody's made their mistakes. Everybody's done things in life. It is what it is. We all fuck up. We all do it. And I don't know anything. Like, again, us two both, and that was during my hiatus. Especially him, we don't get into that. We don't know what's going on at the time. And you saw the first year I was starting doing the rundown with you. I wasn't being a dick. I didn't know half the people because we've been out of it and hadn't followed it. But yeah, Bobby's been very answered. Bobby was one of those that, when we're out doing the Redneck Circus in Georgia for $250, Bobby's sitting on the back of his truck with a pop tent with 3 T-shirt designs he created. He grinded along just with every one of us.
You got to give respect where respect's due. I mean,
I'm gonna tell you something you might not know. You might know, but I guarantee not everybody on this chat knows. Y'all remember for all them years, no matter where you were in the country and you went to the gas pump, there was that Joe Biden sticker that said, "I did that."
Mm-hmm.
That was Bobby.
Bobby created that. He's a businessman. He's smart. And he's done a lot for both of us, man.
Well, just to carry out what you said, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's got a past. There's an old saying: the past is the past. You can't change it. Just stop dwelling on it. You're not guaranteed the future, but you should prepare for it. We all live in the present, so we should open up and enjoy it.
That's right.
So they say every saint has a past, every sinner has a future.
That's right.
That's a fact.
Man, listen, I don't switch up. Period.
That's a fact.
I don't switch up, and
I've tried to get him to several times.
I don't switch up. And Bobby's been there for me when
He really has.
When I needed him, and I give respect where respect's due. I don't get into his business ventures with other people. I don't give him no input. He does what he wants to do, and I do what I want to do. Bottleneck music is bottleneck music. It's not
grown men can be grown men.
But
right.
But has he helped me out a lot?
Fuck
yes.
Yeah.
Have we been there for each other? Yes. So I'm going to continue to be there for him if he needs.
No, he's helped a lot of people. A lot of people.
That's all.
Period.
And some of the people he's that bad mouthing, Bobby, he's helped out. Yeah. I just will put that out in the universe. And if anybody's got anything to say about that, they can come take it up with me.
And that's the thing though too, man. That old adage too, time heals old wounds. That's true. Like a lot of times time needs to pass enough to where people say, oh shit, this amount of time's passed, we've grown, let's talk about it. And
facts.
We've both had to do that with many of people, not just in music, just in life. Period.
Hey, and I tell you what, Bobby, he wants everybody to win.
Yeah.
That dude is he's a hick hop head, country rap head.
Giving dude too.
Yeah, he's like DJ. We was talking about this earlier. DJ Canyon Band.
Yeah, just
he loves the genre, loves everybody, wants everybody to win. Like I say, I don't switch up. My friends are my friends, and that's it. That's all I can say.
And that's why people respect him. So to give the people a taste of what double wide music is really about, I'm gonna play In the Mud.
Hey, before you play that, let me go ahead and preface. We need to thank Clay and Brian for allowing us to use their craft.
Yes.
Because this was at Lagfest, and we performed there, obviously. But there's a lot of people in this business that would be fired up over some bullshit like that. Like, when we used to sell out places and people would be on stage before us and take pictures and act like, I'm like, yo, bro, that ain't your crowd. Like, stop front. So we gotta get that props, and they allowed us to come and shoot a video at an event that big, which was theirs.
So it was there.
Hats off.
And they did that for all kinds of artists.
They're the coolest.
Yeah. Brian and Clay they coolest.
Solid.
I say one thing about country rap. This is what I tell everybody. There's country rap, the genre as it is now, and then there's redneck rap. And there's only really about 8 people in redneck rap.
That is true. Like we were talking about this stuff, not how to describe. That's more factual. Yeah, it was more southern based rednecks.
I'm proud to be a redneck rapper.
Yeah.
I don't even consider myself a country rapper. I am a redneck rapper.
That bitch's neck looks like it was dipped in ketchup.
You can take that however you want to, but back when we was doing the mud dog thing, that's who we were singing to. Bunch of rednecks,
Right.
And it turned into country rap. But yeah, listen, there's country rappers and there's redneck rappers, and there's a fine line between it, But I consider myself a redneck rapper.
Hell yeah. All right, folks. Here's Double Wide In the Mud. Let's get it.
Go, shawty. It's your birthday, sipping on some red stack. Baby, if you're thirsty, party all night. And tomorrow gonna hurt me, probably in the worst way. But baby, it's your birthday. Find us in the mud, sipping on some suds. Grown folk round back, smoking on some bud. Fill another cup, gotta stay up on my buzz. Show a dirty crack of love when you see us in the mud. You can find us in the mud, sipping on some suds. Grown folk round back, smoking on some bud. Fill another cup, gotta stay up on my buzz. Show a dirty crack of love when you see us in the mud. We don't need bright lights or the neon signs. We don't need bar fights when we deep in the pines. And we don't need bartenders when we tapping his cake. Passing out in my truck so I can sleep in a bed. And we've been doing this a long time. Mud bog bumping. Before we got here, we had the trailer park jump. Yeah, before we did that, we was hunting out back. Frying up a good strap for the boys round back. 6 o'clock came fast, had to get off my ass. Round 2 came fast, gotta fill up a glass. So I can sit up in the cab of my truck and style out. While the rednecks got in the mud, just wild out. So put your hands up, turn the music up loud. Put your cans up, slamming and go buy another round. In this little old backwoods redneck town, we keep it loud, baby, yes, it's going down. You can find us in the mud, sipping on some suds. Grown folk round back, smoking on some bud. Fill another cup, gotta stay up on my buzz. Show a dirty crack of love when you see us in the mud. You can find us in the mud, sipping on some suds. Grown folk round back, smoking on some bud. Fill another cup, gotta stay up on my buzz. Show a dirty crack of love when you see us in the mud. You know it's country boys high, 35s on the lips. I'm drinking on the bush while I'm deep on the fish. We keep them bar and parties jumping, yeah, we keeping them hot. We got them frog legs burning, knee deep in the pot. We keep them double wide, shaking way back in the cut. And we some country motherfuckers while out in the mud. We like our country music loud and the bass when it drops. And when the first frost hits, yeah, we dump in the box. We trimming the crops, busy skinning the fox. We got them hog dogs ready, mix the cur in the plot. And I'm a wild ass cracker, better put me in a cage. I'm a buck killing hockey, stay creeping on the game. Got the mud crickets dancing, coming out of their clothes. And my nuts swinging low, deep down in the hole. We been wildin' in the mud, y'all. Big dogs undefeated at the mud ball. No loss in the mud, sipping on some suds. Grown folk round back, smoking on some bud. Fill another cup, gotta stay up on my buzz. Show a dirty crack of love when you see us in the mud. You can find us in the mud, sipping on some suds. Grown folk round back, smoking on some bud. Fill another cup, gotta stay up on my buzz. Show a dirty crack of love when you see us in the mud.
Yeah, double wide, undefeated at the mud hole, baby. No losses, no losses.
So there you have it. Now you know what to expect when you hear double wide.
Hey,
It's not
listen,
safe.
man. I got to explain something. I was laughing. I just told him at 31 seconds into that video to the end of that video that night, there was 67 different bottlenecks. That's as drunk as I've ever seen him in 20 years. Bro, it was like it was 1,000 degrees, dude. God, remember how hot it was? South Georgia. Damn, that was just no, it was October, so, but it was hot. It was
Humid,
hot.
humid as hell too, wasn't it?
Hell yeah.
It was good times, though.
Right, nuts sticking to your boots. It was terrible.
Yeah, I went a little too hard that night.
We've all been there. These motherfuckers had to pick me up out of the soybean field, face first, dick in hand pissing.
Sometimes you just gotta let it. Sometimes you just gotta cut loose. Let your hair
That's
down.
right. There ain't nothing wrong with it every now and then.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, man, that's what it's about, is having fun. Like we did, you know. That's what it's about. Period.
Yeah, man. It's and you know what's crazy is how like that 2 Dozen Roses remix I did, sample didn't get cleared. It was fuck. Then you can take a song as big as 50's In the Mud and as big as DMX is Where the Hood At and get the license like it wasn't shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird how the country music business is so finicky over still not trying to allow rap in. And let me tell you a story about that. You know, when I released the Full Circle album, me and Corey had that 2 Dozen Roses remix. 24 hours later, Universal pulled the song down because out of the blue, after 38,000 streams right out the gate, they all of a sudden had an artist that was working on recutting it. Uncleared the sample. They put out their shit, and it was doo-doo. Because mainstream country and those machines still will not allow this in it. But you could take legendary DMX 50, the things that we've done as far as covering and remixing, no issues whatsoever to sync license, get the okay. Yeah, man, yeah, y'all do y'all thing. That's cool. But those piece of shit fags downtown Broadway in Nashville, they ain't having it.
So how many songs are going to be on the CDs that you're going to be selling at the
I
show?
guess 21 of them bitches.
22, 21.
21, 22 of them, something like that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We gonna autograph them with dip spit. For real.
Are y'all going to come up with any double Y merch?
Oh yeah. That again, Bobby will do that. He'll do the double wide merch. He'll have his bottleneck stuff with Mike's Creek, but it's more focused on the double wide. Let's bring the whole fun back to this shit thing. You know what I'm saying? Like where it started. So and that's another thing too, man. Again, cutting back, doing it old school. Me, him, and the DJ. Like these places we go. If you want to work our merch table for you, we'll pay you. Like that's how we are. It's like it's all fan oriented. It's all like we're not taking them days of rolling 10 deep on the road and all this. That shit's over. We're going back to the grassroots of what this was. So who's going to be at the merch table afterwards? Us. And that's one thing I always give credit to Demon about too. His merch is wild, and Demon's always there selling his merch, doing his whole thing. We're doing the same shit. It's like it's just us, and that's all we want. So that and my dog, my dog be with me. You know that.
Well, the fans appreciate that more too because they get to interact with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been on so many shows. I did shows where people won't even come off their bus. I don't know.
We've seen some.
Yeah.
Listen,
we ain't gonna go there.
No, I gotta go there because I gotta tell you a funny ass story. We saw a big time country music artist, a developed shield of a country music artist, play a mud ball, in which he would have never played if it wasn't for this shit. Request a plastic mat rolled from his tour bus to the stage so his boots didn't get dirty. I said, that's country as fuck, huh? For real. Like, you wouldn't believe some of the shit we seen in the beginning, though. I mean, it's
some definitely prima donnas.
It's not. I don't even think it was that. It was they didn't understand the culture and what the shit was really about.
Yeah.
And they didn't understand. Oh shit! I just went and bought a fucking $280 pair of Justins. I've never spent this much on some boots. I really don't want to get them dirty, bitch. That's what it's for.
Yeah. And when I go to a mud bog, I'm not sitting on no bus. I'm going to get muddy my damn self.
Exactly. We gotta have fun.
Matter of fact, before we performed that night in the mud, they found me 5 minutes before the show started.
He was gone. Yeah, that's why I said there was 72 different bottlenecks. I truly think and this people think this is thrown around the term. They think it's a joke. It's not. I saw it happen to 2 different band members over my 15 years of touring. I know without a shadow of a doubt his shit was spiked that day from somebody. Because I've been around this dude for forever.
I spiked it myself.
he wanted to see if he could really fuck himself. Yeah, but no, like it was something. It was something different because it was only a matter of 2.5, 3 hours. And when we finally found him, bro, he couldn't talk to me. He couldn't see. There was something wrong. Somebody got him, man. It's fucked up. I had a band member that happened to. That we ended up having to rush him to a hospital in Indiana one night. And they're like, "Yeah, man, there's so much roofenol in his system. Like that shit happens. That's why I quit taking shots and drinking a long time ago.
Yeah,
these people are fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to watch it, but I probably did it to myself.
there's a possibility. There's a possibility.
Hey, like you said, it happens. Everybody gets a little shitty every now and then.
The chat is it?
But-
Anybody in the chat? Anybody got any questions in the chat? Cause I
Yeah.
can't see it now. I'm old man. I can't see. My bad. T. This your
No,
shit.
you good. You good. No, you
I'm
good.
sitting there.
I was about to say the same thing.
I'm great.
So, Bottleneck, since this is like your first time doing something on YouTube, a live stream.
Get naked.
No.
They won't
Oh,
want
hell no.
that.
If you don't mind, I would like to put you in what I call the hot seat,
Okay.
This is fun.
because this way it gets people to understand who you are on a personal level. So
All right.
I'm gonna ask you 30 questions.
God damn.
They're quick.
No, they're quick. They're real quick. Whatever
Okay.
comes to your mind, just say it. But I'm gonna tell you that
Now you
number
got to use a whole bunch of colors and numbers.
number 8, everybody I've asked number 8 to, they've never been able to answer it. I've always had to come back. So if I have to come back to it, that's not a problem.
He ain't never done this for me.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. You may not remember it, but I have.
Very good possibility.
All right.
My legs are sweating.
Well, okay, so we'll do it for both of you then.
No, I'm good. Go ahead.
I'm good. I'm ready.
All right.
Let's tag team. Back in.
Bottleneck, what's your favorite snack?
Snickers.
All right. Favorite
Oh, I
potato
want to
chip?
play this game.
Huh?
You want to play, Jeff?
Yeah. No,
What-
but go after him. Yeah. No, I've never done this with you.
Okay, so what's your favorite snack, Jeff?
Combos.
Combos? All right.
Original.
Bottleneck, favorite potato chip?
Doritos.
Jeff?
Original.
No, they got a new one that's got all of them in it.
I'm tired of all that original. My favorite chip.
Yeah.
Original Dorito.
All right. Bottleneck, favorite soda?
Diet Coke.
Jeff?
Bourbon.
No, soda.
Soda. Yeah. Diet Coke.
Okay.
And
Bottleneck,
I ain't on
favorite.
no diet. I just like it.
Yeah, I do too for some reason. I don't drink them, but if I had to choose one,
Favorite fast food restaurant?
Whataburger.
Cookout.
Okay. Favorite ice cream?
Strawberry.
Cherry Garcia.
All right.
I like that black cherry shit, though.
Favorite beer?
Ultra.
Joint. Yeah, Ultra. I knew that was coming. Same.
Okay. Favorite hard liquor?
What's that called?
Proper 12.
Proper 12.
That's the new one. Yeah, I'm a Woodford Reserve dude.
All right. And this is the one no one ever gets on the first go. What's your favorite rap song of all time?
It Takes Two.
Oh, shit. Jeff?
Children's Story.
Damn.
Slick Rick without no hesitation.
All right.
Far as good feeling, It Takes Two.
Yeah. And
All right.
Children's Story for me.
Favorite country song of all time?
Damn. You stumped me on that one. Johnny Lee. Looking for Love.
All right. Jeff?
Yeah.
Favorite
You know-
of all time.
You know what's wild? Mine's actually even a little newer age. My song's about rain, Gary Allen.
What is it?
Gary Allen's song's about rain.
Okay. Who's your
I love it.
favorite mainstream artist?
Mine?
Mhm.
Like, ever?
Yeah.
It's got to be Skinner, bro.
Yeah, we can't. I mean, that's where we grew up. Same.
All right. Bottleneck, your favorite independent artist?
Damn.
I'm gonna have to say,
Yeah, we ain't never played this game,
I
too.
think I'm gonna have to say the king of independent artistry, thrift shop guy.
Macklemore.
Yeah, who you got, Jeff?
Tech Nine.
Okay.
We're so fucking different, but we're so same.
All right. So this next one, your favorite collaboration, not just with you. It could be an independent and a mainstream. It could be you and someone, or what would be your ideal favorite collaboration?
Tupac and Ronnie Van Zant.
Okay, Jeff.
Mine already happened. That Andre 3000 and Walk It Out remix was the shit. That's still one of my favorite remixes ever, bro. Or not remixes, collabs. I'm sorry, but yeah, I could go way out the box too, man. I think I'd have liked to have heard like old school Merle with a real current day storytelling rapper. But I wouldn't. I'm not sure who it is. But yeah. That Walk It Out remix collab was still my favorite.
All right.
Yeah,
Bottleneck, your favorite TV show presently?
Mobland.
Jeff.
Landman.
All right. Bottleneck, favorite TV show of all time?
Well, if you don't say Sanford and Son, we ain't friends.
Gilligan's Island.
Jeff.
Man, you tell me damn Ginger wasn't banging.
She was banging.
Mary Ann was banging. And, hey, Mary Ann was banging too.
Elizabeth. Hey, I can quote you back and forth.
That was
every episode of Sanford and Son.
That was when it was great. That was when.
You know what? Funny fact about that, Gilligan's Island only had 4 seasons. It seemed like it was on for 1,000 years because
Because
back
of all
then
the reruns.
they used to do like 35 episodes for a season too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing with Sanford and Son. That's hands down my shit. I'm Red. I got Red Fox hanging in my studio. I love Red Fox.
All right, Bottleneck, your favorite comedy movie?
Damn. I don't know. Life.
All right.
Good one. And you know, Bubba had that whole damn soundtrack. Bubba Sparks, yeah.
Jeff.
Favorite comedy movie, man. I mean, I know it's cliche, but dude, if you take some time off and go watch it front to back, Friday's still the funniest shit I ever seen.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I agree.
It's hard to beat it, man. It's just so consistent.
All right, Bottleneck, favorite horror movie?
I don't know. That's you kind of stumped me there. It had to be an older one. The Hitcher. The Hitcher. The old Hitcher, not the new one. The old one.
All right, Jeff.
All right, mine's complicated because Children of the Corn was the wildest shit ever till the aliens and shit started coming out of the end. That was the crazy.
Y'all didn't like the original Exorcism?
I think it was. I think not to date everybody. I think we were just a little too young for the original. You know what I'm saying? Just it was. We knew it and understood it. But I'll be honest with you, man. Before everything got super, super, super corny, and before people understood what it was, man, you got to make a good argument for the original Scream and Blair Witch was wild. You know, but I still got to go back to. The original Children of the Corn fucked me up. Because I was like 6 years old. We had acreage of corn behind us. And I was just like,
That Hitcher fucked me up.
Hitcher was, that was wild.
All right, Bottleneck, your favorite sneaker?
I think my favorite sneaker was the classic Reebok when they first came out.
Okay, Jeff?
The original sneakers. You said Snick. I thought you said Snickers. Hey man, not even being funny, dude. I'm one of them dudes that except for when I was playing ball or I had to be in church, quarter, in the funeral. I'm such a flip flop guy. I gotta go standard with I'm very comfortable in just a regular old white Air Force One. That's it.
I wear K-Swiss every day.
Yeah,
I had a bunch of them.
I've got a lot of really good shoe support things for when I'm walking. But as far as just out, it was just the original standard ass Nike.
Them classic Reeboks.
See, I had an issue with them because Reebok sponsored us at Cincy, and them cleats weighed about 37 pounds. And they were dog shit when they went to No Fear. But the original Reebok, they weren't dope.
Bottleneck, your favorite sport?
Tonsil hockey.
It's got to be college football.
All right, Jeff.
Professional midget tossing. Football, man. Come on now. For real.
All right, Bottleneck, your favorite college football team?
That would be Western Kentucky.
That's a lie.
It's definitely I'm a Gator, baby.
Yeah.
Jeff,
I'm a Florida State Seminole criminal.
give me 1 second.
Hotheads, I'm with you. That all white Nike Air Force One,
Hey,
it goes with everything.
Remember them? I guess the street name up for them.
I used
The
to rock,
Dope
Yeah.
Boys.
I used to rock the shit out some Chuck Taylors too.
All right, your favorite college basketball team?
Oh, you know that's the Gators, the number
Jeff?
one team in the nation.
All right, so here's the weird thing: Florida State, gigantic rivalry, right? Football wise, hate it, and I'm adamant. He knows this. Anybody close to me knows this. I'm a diehard Florida State football fan. I grew up 40 minutes from Gainesville. We were season 10. I'm a diehard Florida basketball fan. I've always been that way.
That's blasphemy, by the way.
I know it's weird, but at the same time, I gotta run with where I play. I gotta be a Bearcat fan because the Cincinnati, just the legacy of what we went through when I was in school and what I was saying. I still pull for my Bearcats. So
All right, Bottleneck, favorite pro football team?
fag wires.
Man, whoever makes it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean,
So that's the thing in the South, man. You either a college diehard.
I'm a college. I don't even hardly watch pro football. When it hits the playoffs, I do. But college football, diehard.
Okay. Jeff?
It is weird being a Southern born bred fucking country nut from down where I'm from. My whole ass family bleeds black and gold, son. You know that. We some diehards.
Killers.
I mean, we them asshole towel waving arrogant bastards too.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, teaser still fan too.
Matter of fact, where did it go?
Yeah,
It was good to see them Chiefs get beat up.
Yeah, boy, I was happy about that. I ain't swear with all these times I've been on TripleT shit, I ain't never got to do this.
Well, you doing it now?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Throw the
We're
Steelers.
gonna go out as soon as this is over. We're gonna go out and spotlight on my property and kill some shit illegally.
Okay, so Bottleneck, your favorite pro basketball team?
Oh,
The '80s Celtics, just like me.
no, I actually like the Kings, but like
J-Dub.
yeah. I was, but I don't know. I liked all of 96, 97. I think there was a bunch of good teams in 90, 98.
Yeah, you do, and I'm gonna answer too the same way, man. That's a tough one. I think we grew up in an era.
Yeah, I don't.
We also, you got to remember too, we grew up in an area where the Orlando Magic didn't come around until we were seniors in high school. So we were fans of players growing up.
Yeah.
We were Jordan fans, we were Bird fans, we were Dumars, we were these fans of everything. So if I have to answer that honestly, I can't give you a favorite team.
If you want to ask me who my favorite player is, it's definitely Vernon Maxwell. Go watch all the podcasts.
Mad Max, yeah, Mad Max was the man.
All right, so your favorite athlete of all time?
Ooh. Damn, these are tough when you really boil them bitches down.
Damn. Favorite athlete of all time, Bo Jackson.
1,000%.
It's a good choice. All right, Bottleneck, your favorite hobby?
I like to be in the woods and I like to hunt.
Jeff?
But mine feeds the family too.
Honestly, man, I know it's hard to believe that's looking at me, but I love to be in that kitchen cooking, dog.
Okay. Bottleneck, your favorite weapon of choice?
Goddamn fish.
Anything that stops a motherfucker coming.
What's your favorite? Yeah.
I don't. Are you talking about shooting wise
Mhm.
or anything?
Anything.
Fuck, I got a couple. But I better not say that. A grenade.
He's a good guy.
Cause it works. It works 100% of the time, 85% of the time,
That's true.
or however that goes.
And I can't say Apache helicopter because I wouldn't like believe me. Nah, man, I'm old.
Lloyd, they did Pete Rose wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
They did Pete Rose wrong.
I'm
They sure
an
did.
old school bolt action 270. Just that was sitting right by the door. Like you can't walk too. I mean, it sits at my door. I'm just old school.
All right, Bottleneck, favorite president.
I think the one we got, the one we had in 2020 to 2024. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
He don't even get it.
Yeah. No.
No, I'm definitely a Trump guy, man. I think Trump is. Listen, I don't care about Democratic, Republican. I don't give a shit where your family's from. I think that the man in office now is for America.
I do
Yeah,
too.
you got to remember.
He's
man,
the best president of my time.
when we were
I agree.
born, Carter was in office, and we were too young to know anything about it. And for the next fucking 40 years, it was a shit show.
Mhm.
No matter who was in office.
He's not very dignified, but you know he gets the job done.
So,
One in office now.
I'm the same way. I think in my lifetime, we're seeing the most positive effect on anything we've seen in our lifetime. And I would like to say Kennedy, I wasn't around, obviously, but we got that family connection with the president. We talked all that shit. But man, I gotta say 45 and 47.
All right, Bottleneck, favorite book to read to the kids.
One that's got pictures in it.
The one I sent you down there, I wrote behind dog.
Jeff.
The one I just wrote.
Okay. Bottleneck, favorite thing to do with the families.
Tell the truth, beat the shit out of them.
Man, favorite thing to do with the family is I don't know, just be family.
That's a good answer. Jeff.
Laugh all y'all want to. Mine is play golf with my pops and sit at a table and do puzzles with my mama because she does jigsaw puzzles.
Hell yeah. And for this is for all the ladies. Are you a boxer's brief or commando? Bottleneck.
Okay, I don't know what these are called. What are they called?
Mm-hmm.
The silky briefs. They gotta be.
So your boxer
silky.
brief.
Yeah, but they gotta be the silky kind. Not silky, what is it, polyester kind? Yeah. The polyester kind, and they gotta be worn in.
Jeff.
Satin thongs.
So there's the
Boxer
30.
briefs, man. Boxer briefs, dog.
There's the 30 questions. Now you all know on a personal level for Jeff McCool and Bottleneck.
Damn. That was wild. Yeah, I ain't done that yet. See, I swear, if I did, I must have been way gone. And I've been way gone. I
didn't know what kind of podcast this was because when you said the favorite snack, I had another answer, but I couldn't say it.
Oh yeah, oh you can.
You can say whatever you want.
No, man, I'm just kidding.
You can. It just depends on.
No, I don't get them used, dog. I like them. I like them when I wear them.
John Rose said, "Who's your favorite wrestler?"
Mine.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle McCool.
Man, still baby, there ain't no doubt in my mind right now. I tell you right now, mine's a pole plumber son from Austin, Texas, named Dusty the American. I love me some Dusty Rose.
Would you say that in front of the Undertaker?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. He knows, hey, listen, man, I ain't scared of him.
Thunderlips was badass.
Man, that faggot.
Thunderlips and Rocky.
Rocky, yeah. Yeah.
Hawk
No, I
Cobra.
got a funny story about it. Hey, dude, one of the funniest stories ever about Mark or Taker, whatever. The night I met him, I think you know this shit. my sister called me. She was like, "Hey, I need you to come to the house. I want to introduce you to the dude I've been seeing." I'm like, "All right." This is my little sister. I always been real protective, and she used to be married to my best friend growing up. So when they got divorced, I was real like protective. So anyway, she calls and she said, "Come through," and I said, "All right." So I got to the house. I walked in the back door through the kitchen. She's like, "Mark, my brother's here." I ain't thinking shit. Dude walked around the corner. I get up and said, I said, "That's the motherfucking Undertaker." Like, what, you know what? So he walks on. He's like, "Hey, man, Mark Howard, nice to meet you." Stuck his hand out. And I swear, I looked at I was like, "Hey, listen, dog. I'm going to tell you like I told everybody else that ever dated my sister. You going to treat her. Hey, just be good to her, dude. I already know. I already know. Like, just be good to her, dog. Like, there ain't shit I can really do. Because he was in his prime, too. But, yeah, that shit was funny as hell. I was like, nah. But man, yeah, I grew up on Dusty, man. Dusty was my dog.
Well, look, we've been on here for 2 hours and 40 minutes. I appreciate y'all coming up.
Nah, we appreciate
Yeah,
you.
man, appreciate it,
Everything
bro.
you're doing, man. You know
Y'all
that.
are more than welcome to come up at any time. And like I said, just send me the dates and I will promote the hell out of it for you.
Yeah, for sure. I
Appreciate
got
it.
you and all that. And hit me. He leaves Friday morning. My parents are coming into town for Memorial Day weekend. Um, Sometime Friday evening or Saturday, hit me because I want to talk to you about it. But everybody that was asking, the site's called VidMe, VIDME.io. It's not a com, .io. I want to talk to you about that and everybody else involved because, like, just even fans and people and whatnot can make
Heck yeah.
money. It's a cool thing.
And once
So.
again, Bottleneck, like I said, it's been an honor and privilege to talk to you. I've been a huge fan of yours for years. I'm finally glad to be able to speak to you like this. I can't wait to meet you in person.
Yeah,
And
man.
salute
I
to you,
appreciate it. I
brother.
appreciate what you're doing, man. I appreciate it, and I appreciate
Yeah,
everybody that came in. Um, Everybody was really respectful and cool, man. And I
till you
think
go
that's
back
how.
until you go back and read the comments tomorrow.
And then I think that's about how it's supposed to be.
You're like, what?
I'm cool with whatever. It doesn't matter. But
That's the thing.
yeah. But I appreciate them. I appreciate the ones that like what we're doing. I appreciate the ones that don't. Hey, because at the end of the day, it's your opinion. You got your right to it. So whatever. I'm good with it.
That's a
Yeah.
fact.
But no,
Fact.
I really appreciate that, man. That means a lot when you hear people come up to you and they say, "Man, I've been a really big fan for a long time," and because y'all are the ones that keep it going.
I tell hey, before you get out, I want to say that dude, that is why like Colt was doing his thing and shit was taking off. And a lot of people aren't even familiar with the Hick Life song, bro. There was a lot of controversy around it. There was a dude that owned a company called Hick Life. We were working with Redneck Nation. We were dealing with, working with Smo and Charlie. Anyway, that song, YouTube, this was still in the YouTube days where you had to go in and actually type in what you're looking for. There wasn't anything, right? And this song had already had millions. It was crazy. It was like the first viral song.
34 or 35 million.
Listen, right out the gate. And that bitch got pulled down and re-uploaded probably a dozen times in the first year because this guy owned it. No, he owns it. They own it. Blah blah blah. That song, people need to go find it and listen to Hick Life. Smo shot the video. Me, him, and
Yes.
we sat out there and
That's good.
that shit set the thing off, and it still jams to this day.
That song is a classic.
Our verses are doo doo because we didn't know how to rap to him, but that beat and that song from Mr. Sneed did the beat.
There's some very classic, and we talked about this earlier. You said, talking about country rap where it is today. I wish there would be more classic songs being wrote.
Yeah, more southern rock
You
driven.
talking about this song right here?
That shit was a jammer, dog. You play this bitch at a mud bog, people you still hear it at every mud bog you go to.
That's it.
All right.
That bitch had it had like 30 something million views, and then Shaw had it pulled down. And then back up. Yeah, like another 8 or 9.
It's hard.
Swimming in the water hole, living this hick life, wild as a rodeo. Hick life, raised on a dirty road. Grew up doing what my daddy told. Sipping that jar, swimming in that water hole, living this hick life, wild like a rodeo.
Country boy, Hick Life, white tee, rebel flag, catch me dirt road, riding John Deere Cadillacs. Just a country boy, living like my pappy said. Hustle in these fields, cause I gotta keep the family fed. The back road, pick a case of fire water up. Mamas keep them cold, cause I might pick your daughter up. Hick Life boy with a redneck attitude. Daddy got me living right, pops, here's my gratitude. Staying on the trail, you can call me a hunting dog. Big country boy, keep it hotter than a fire log. Keep that grease hot, now I'm waiting like a wild hog. Hit the cave like the morning fall. Drinking on the farm, no, we don't even need the bar. Hick Life, drinking shine straight from a mason jar. Double wide, big smoke, Hick Life, you feeling it. Big country white boy, backwoods killing it.
Hick life, raised on a dirty road. Grew up doing what my daddy told. Sipping from a jar, swimming in the water hole, living this hick life, wild as a rodeo. Hick life, raised on a dirty road. Grew up doing what my daddy told. That jar, swimming in that water hole, living this hick life, wild like a rodeo.
Up for the south, one more time. You know we from the woods, but we still on the grind. Got my double out, about to take that aim. You know the Hick Life, about to kill that game. We the PIMP, Southern Supreme. Still give business with my homegrown team. Cropping the green, the cattle we got 'em. If you want a slow piece, come straight to the bottom. Gotta dig in the dirt just to find my bone. Gotta dig in these roads, you can find my chrome. Moved on from Maryland, hate to make it country tunes. Big, small, and double wide, we letting it loose. Kicking Rama foods, drinking them suds. Country living Hick Life, that's what's up. Hop in the hog pen, stank on my boots. Hick Life, country style with the southern roots, yeah.
Hick life, raised on a dirt road. Grew up doing what my daddy told. Sipping from a jar, swimming in the water hole, living this hick life, wild as a rodeo. Hick life, raised on a dirty road. Grew up doing what my daddy told. Sipping that jar, swimming in that water hole, living this hick life, wild like a rodeo.
True South living, welcome to the country, y'all. Born in the sun, raised on a cattle farm, fishing down the Duck River, sipping on apple pie, smoking cedar shrub. Got me floating, feeling super fine. Keep a couple super dime homegrown cuties. They're prize winning fairground Tennessee beauties with the Boston butt booty, slow cooked and seasoned. Lift my skirt like a mud buggy. Give me one reason, I swear no teasing. I take them down the dirt road, straight through an open field where the moonlight glows. Skinny dipping in the pond underneath the open sky. Frog gig jigging on the bank with the super dime. Standing boy, I'm super high. K3 cushion rubbing dock in the spotlight. High school nookie, I'm a monster at the cage. You can call me Honky Kong, big boss of the sticks, and I'm Hick Life strong. Come on.
Hick life, raised on a dirty road. Grew up doing what my daddy told. Sipping from a jar, swimming in the water hole, living this hick life, wild as a rodeo.
Oh shit, I forgot to push record.
Hick Life, raised on a dirty road. Grew up with doing what my daddy told. Sipping from a jar, swimming in the water hole. Living this hick life, wild as a rodeo. Hick Life, raised on a dirty road. Grew up with doing what my daddy told. Sipping that jar, swimming in that water hole. Living this.
That was the dumbest video.
Yeah, it was crazy. Hey man, I just got a phone call that one of my homeboys got in a car wreck and got his whole left side cut off.
Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Now he's all right.
You stupid. The corniest old man jokes.
Uh,
That's
hey,
pretty
it's hard
good.
to see. It's hard to see in that video. This ain't no shit. Me and this motherfucker, we've always been wild. Neither one of us jump off that bridge. You can't tell from that bitch. That was about 75, 80 feet, wasn't it? It was up there, bro. And
And
we've been bridge jumping all our.
if you don't hit it right, you can break a leg too.
Yeah, and we bridge jumped all our life, and we got up on that bitch and was like, oh no, no, like I mean, we grew up bridge jumping, like for real. But nah, man, we appreciate it, dog. We had
Man. Good time,
we had
brother.
a good time. You know, you hit me up anytime, brother.
All right, Jeff, I appreciate it. Bottleneck once again. I salute you. Thanks for coming up and doing this.
Yes, sir. Hit me up Friday or Saturday.
Yes, sir. There you have
All
it,
right,
folks. Mr. Jeff Cool and Bottleneck. Double wide. Make sure when they drop those dates, if they're going to be in an area near you, go check them out. Because if they're going to do anything like the videos that we've seen tonight, it's definitely going to be fun. All right. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. Tune in to Country Rap Tea tomorrow. There's some more drama stirring up with Bloodhound and Hickorbilly. Just give you a heads up. You ain't going to want to miss it. But once this stream ends, if y'all could do me a favor, head on over to Chop Easy's. Got something lined up special for y'all. And as always, be kind to yourself. Love yourself, love your family, love your neighbors, to include your enemies. Do unto others as you wish them to do unto you. And as always, God bless you and God bless America. And remember, like my mama used to say, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all. May she rest in peace. I'm TripleT. This was a special interview with Jeff McCool from Moccasin Creek and Bottleneck, Double Y. Tour coming soon to a neighborhood near you. I'll see you on the next one, which is Pause the Podcast tomorrow. Don't want to miss that. Y'all have a blessed one. Have a good night, folks.